Yo, what's up, guys? Little mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me okay? Tonkatsu, good to see you, dog. All right, I think we're all set up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to push it live right now. There we are. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Boy Cargo is here checking in from sunny Northern California. It's about noon. Super hot outside. Just played a little pickleball, went to the gym. Dipping a nice little cold brew with some vanilla cold foam on top. Yeah. Good to hear. Good to be here with you guys. Can you little audio check? Can you guys hear me all right? You look very orange. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very orange these days. Yo, James Codex with the Prime. I appreciate that, man. My friend James. From one James to another James. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. I'll be live with you guys for probably the next 3-4 hours or so. We're just gonna be leveling, talking about life, you know, chill, cozy, classic WoW vibes in the Barrens, in my natural habitat. Talking about life, talking about everything. You guys really power the stream, so any questions you guys have for me. Early 30s, I'm just a dad gamer out here, living life. So far sound seems fine. Yeah, good to see you, Vincent. And I'll be telling you guys, you know, what my plans are for the channel, for the stream, for everything really, because some of you guys might have missed my my last stream, you know. But yeah, long story short, I am back. I am back. And I want to be consistent. you know, but I don't want to overextend myself as well because I have a few irons in the fire right now. I have a couple different pickleball businesses and, you know, all that. But I, especially during the week, I want to be able to consistently put in like 4 hours for you guys and just like hang out with you guys, play WoW in whatever capacity. So we'll be talking about plans like this rogue right here. We're on Night Slayer, level 22 at the moment, rocking out. And my understanding is that Night Slayer is pretty much like, you know, like the Benediction. It's the big server. It's the only server. It's the main server of Anniversary. Correct me if I'm wrong here. But this is that server. And all these Anniversary realms are going to be rolling over into TBC, quarter 4 of this year. So yeah, I gotta level up here. One of the big things that's like drawing me back to want to play again, to be honest, isn't even necessarily like vanilla. It's TBC. TBC really is like sounding like it's hitting this. It would hit the spot right now to be able to get back into Outlands and stuff. Be able to get back into the arena, and I think with dual spec in the picture now, hopefully the arena participation is a lot higher. We get more people playing. Maybe Blizzard could make some other changes as well to the arena system, since they're all about making kind of like quality of life and like light touch changes that are going to enhance the player experience. Like they could do some other stuff with TBC as well. But yeah, I'm back, guys. 4 hours a day. Oh, there we go. That's good RNG. The other thing is Frontier 2. Have you guys heard about this? You guys know what Frontier is? Frontier his brother Ampi's brainchild. I remember being in like a Discord call with him when we were like thinking about names. It was like Bobka, Ampi, myself, like one or two other people. Well met. But he wants to run it back. He's just built diff, Ampi. He just built diff, like, you know, every single hardcore achievement under the sun. He wants to run it back. And I think the plan this time around is to do, what is it, no world buffs or something, and then Alliance? I think that's it. But that's starting kind of soon. He invited me to the Discord, and he reached out, and Ampi's always looking out for me, man. I really appreciate that guy. Like, I want to believe that I invested in him early, and you know, back when he didn't have much of a following at all. You know, he was just like faceless, ethereal speedrun hunter player. And now he's just crushing it, right? He's just like one of the top creators in the space. He has a whole team behind him now, helping him put out content. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. But yeah, he's always looking out for me. So he invited me to the Discord. So I might play that Frontier 2. But that's Alliance. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on that too. Like, if you think I should. I mean, I probably will, right? It's just to whatever capacity. Just another opportunity to play with the boys, go fresh, run it back. It's like a new thing to do. But it's on the it's on the hardcore realm, and when you die on the hardcore realm, oh shit, I'm dead. God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, crisis averted. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, it's on the hardcore realm of Anniversary, right? So like if you die there, you can transfer it, but to the PvE realm, not the PvP. And I know firsthand what it's like to be stuck on an island trying to queue arena on like the non-PvP server, right? Like Brandon and I, my partner, we got glad season 1 of TBC from Bloodsail Buccaneers. I'm pretty sure it was Bloodsail TBC. We were queuing there. We were like the only people doing arena on the whole server. We couldn't get high points from 3s or 5s or anything. We were just on a remote desert island queuing arena, and it sucked, man. So it's like, I don't know, like I'm really excited for TBC, and I want to, you know, that's kind of, you know what I mean? But maybe there's just enough time to do all of it. Hold up, let me check the chat. Let me check in. But yeah, happy Sunday to you guys. Where's everyone checking in from? EU, NA, we Cali, New York. Are you This isn't an HC tune though. I know, it's just your brain gets wired for danger when you play a lot of hardcore. Westchester? Like New York Westchester, Creasy? Damn, yo, I am orange. It's just the Barons though, like the lighting is correct with my camera. Just the Barons. It's making me extra orange. Brother, of course, I grew up in Rye, Mamaroneck and stuff. Yeah, small world. Yeah, I grew up in Westchester County, New York. That's crazy, dude. That's awesome. Small world. Pennsylvania, Ireland in the house. What's up, Backwhack? Tired in the house. Good to see you, dude. Austria, Australia. Monday morning for you, man. This guy's already in Monday. Already in Monday. Okay, let me think. What am I supposed to do here? Travel into Moldwar, take the lift to Thunder Bluff. By throwing weapon. Pause. Yo, I kind of just want to get poisons. Am I trolling? I did the first part of it. Travel to Terran Mill and Hills, Redfoot Hills, and get the poisons. I feel like I'm just trolling not having poisons right now. Did the hard part. At Hearthstone Thunder. It's about to take me Stone Talon, Barrens, Ashenvale. Like I'm about to do a bunch of stuff and I don't have poisons. I think I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, I think we're 5 a.m. getting ready for work. Yeah. So some of you guys in the chat might know more about it than me with Frontier. Any Ompi viewers in here? What's the plan with that? And I wonder what I should play as well. I'm so conflicted. Lions, huh? I think it's the 19th. So in 18 days they start. So we could probably like get the 60 on this guy before then. Oh. Grew up in Dutchess County. The legend returns. Where'd you go, bro? It's been a long time. Glad to see you back at it. Thanks, ZD. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I just been living life, playing a lot of pickleball, growing my companies, making a lot of lattes for people. I have a coffee company as well. Some of you guys might know. So that's been fun, just learning these new businesses. As I mentioned in my last stream too, I am splitting up with the wife. So that's a bummer, but it's the way she goes, right? And we're on good terms, and that's part of the reason why I have more time now to stream, because I don't always have my kids, right? Like I don't have my kids right now in stream, but yeah, no, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're on good terms. I got 2 beautiful baby girls. Mount Rushmore. What up, Rage? By the way, good to see you, dog. You finding a new place to live? Yeah, I already did. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's just, I mean, it's not all good, but it is all good at the same time. There's always a silver lining. Life always throws curveballs at you. But, yeah. I'm drinking a cold brew. Cold brew from Starbucks. With some cold foam on it. Vanilla cold foam. Not bad. I want to believe it's not that many calories, because cold brew 0 calories, and then the sweetened cold foam, how much is that really? Maybe like 100. How's the kids? How old are they now? I just had my second one 4 months ago. Congrats, man. I have one baby girl that's she's 3, turning 4 soon in like a month or so, and then the other one's 1. So they're just wee little sprouts, but they're super cute, and it's awesome. It's a blessing hidden in sight. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if it's interesting to you guys, but I know a lot of people who are like split up with their partners and stuff, and like in a way it kind of works out better in some ways, right? Because like you have your kids and you're like locked in and you give them like your best effort. You spend a lot of quality time with them and you're able to just like do that. And then you have more time for yourself. It's like more like separated in a way, right? You just have time to like do whatever it is, travel or whatever. You don't really like feel guilty about it because you know you don't have custody of them during that time. So for some people, it actually it is a blessing. Like you get more work-life family balance in a way. What am I doing here? Train 22. Did I train 22 skills? I did. Yeah, I got Vanish at 22. That's a huge level. And then yeah, that's it. Okay, we're just gonna go to Terran Mill now. IRL min-maxing. What up, Drazon? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. I had so much fun with Mage and TBC. You pump in PvP and you own in PvP. Yeah, Mage is always the good life, but it's that one class for me that. No, I can't say that because Priest is the least appealing class, all things considered. Let's be honest here. But at the same time, Mage is that one class that I know is super powerful, and I know I would have fun playing it. And I know it's the good life in both vanilla and TBC, my favorite versions of this game. But I self-sabotage myself and not play it. Because for some reason, it's just like the playstyle and the look and the feel is kind of just like really unappealing for some reason. I know maybe you guys have a class like that for you. I know a lot of people, that class is warrior in vanilla. Like even someone like Winky or something, right? Or for some people, like they know warriors pump. They know they look cool. They know that they're that class in vanilla, but they just like refuse to play it. Mage is kind of like that for me. But yeah, I think the plan with this is I want to have multiple characters, especially of the class that I'm going to main in TBC, and I think it's going to be Rogue at this point. So I'd like to have multiple Rogues with like okay gear, just like ready to go for TBC, ready to go for season 1, because arena is really fun when you have a couple of characters, and especially when you have like Rogue is an awesome class because you can play with literally anybody. You can go double Rogue, you can go double DPS. Rogue just provides like control, 1v1 potential, you know, just everything you need to make like a twos comp like viable. And I love twos for whatever reason. It's just always my favorite format in like any game I play. I just like having one partner, whether it's like tennis or pickleball or whatever. And it's a class that I haven't really like mained before or played seriously before, so there's like a lot to learn there. I don't think I want to go Warlock again, to be honest. Like I'm good at it, but it's like being the smartest dumb kid, man. Like it's the class. Warlock's kind of bad in TBC. Like they just kind of get outscaled by mages. You're just kind of like budget mage. I mean, the playstyle is different, and you own mages 1v1 actually. There is some silver lining. Like, you know, there are some cool things about Warlock. You know, in PvE they pump, but from a PvP perspective, for a lot of people that I saw play a lot of arena, like that ended up being the reality of the situation is that Warlock ended up falling below the expectation for them. You didn't really see much DPL being played. You didn't really see you didn't really see like LD being played, Lock Druid. Rogue Lock in twos is way worse than just Rogue Mage. But you light counter Rogue Mage. So that's one of the saving graces of playing Rogue Lock, which is what I played like season we got Glad. So like, you know, you look forward to queuing into the Rogue Mages because you can actually do quite well versus them. But being Horde kind of sucks in TBC as well, right? So not having perception is a really huge deal. So that's another kind of rough thing right now. I'm undead, but I can't really play an alliance character on Night Slayer because it's locked at the moment. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Cargo streaming vibes are back. I see a rogue again. Gets me back to that orc rogue that you leveled to 60 on hardcore. It feels like yesterday and at the same time like ages ago. Yeah. Am I on the right Zeppelin, dog? Always gonna check. Yeah, I am. No chances on PvE server alliance. What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? PvE server alliance. Well, I think I'm going to be playing in Frontier 2. So that's on a PvE server, and that's going to be Alliance. And that's going to be it. What server is it, guys? What's the hardcore realm called? It's not Skull Rock. What's the anniversary hardcore realm called? We'll be playing on that. Good to have you here, though. First time in the chat, Alex. Welcome, brother. Will you check out Project Epoch when it's out? I don't know much about it, Drazon. Not sure. I don't think so, though. I'm going to be honest, because I think I just, like, a big part of this and me playing WoW again is streaming and being able to have, like, community and be, like, somewhat productive about it. So... But I have heard about it. I heard about the big A man talking about it. How was Paladin in TBC? Paladin in TBC. Let's think about this. PvE, Ret was kind of like middle of the pack, but playable. And I think it's pretty good. Like in PvP, Ret, you could play like Cactus Pally and play like a top tier comp with the Shaman if you could find one. You know, looks wise, you look badass. You know, prop pallies do really well. They're like the cleave tank in TBC. What else? What else? You can play. I mean, Holy Pally in TBC is good too. I think Paladin's good. Like I'm trying to think about what's bad about Paladin in TBC. Not much. It's probably the worst healer, though, right? Holy Pally, like, in 2s is the worst. 3s and 5s, it can be, like, a bit better. But, like, it's really in Wrath that they start to pop off. So, like, you know, I guess that's a consideration. They're, like, very, like, predictable to play against in 2s. And I want to say, like, Holy Pallies are, like, beat here. That's probably, like, the worst part of Pally. What's up, Kazar? How you doing, brother? Look at the stream and look at Cargos. Has nut on his upper lip. Damn, dude, I forgot to wipe it off. Oh, shoot. Gone now. What's up, Greg? Yeah. It's that cold brew with the cold foam. Seal twisting. All right, guys. What is your vote right now for the most fun class to play in TBC? All things considered. And if you want to add a little one-liner in there of like why you think it is, go for it. Most fun, because we all play TBC, right? Most fun class, gun to your head right now. Brett Pally is the first vote. Wait, Brandroid, that's not my buddy Brand, though, is it? It is Brand. Yo, Brand, what up, dude? Oh my gosh, what's up, man? Dude, I want to play Rogue maybe in TBC. About to get some tips from you, bro. Oh, you know who hit me up yesterday? This guy, Eben Hart. He's a YouTuber. But he's been doing, you know, he's like a new era content creator. Like he's like 4 waves after me. Like he's like, you know, he's like way more contemporary than me, right? Hit me up to like be on his podcast thing. And I was like, oh shit, like, because actually a lot of people who play classic and stuff have no idea who I am or anything, right? I'm like an ancient relic at this point. Like, so it'd be cool to like kind of get reintroduced to the community. So like he hit me up, so I'm about to say yes and do like an interview with him. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys voted for. We got Rep Pally. Bran, you think Rep Pally more than Rogue? Mage / Rogue. Prop Pally. Probably Mage, good in PvE and PvP. Yeah. Mage, oh, so good. Hunter, 100%. Hunter seems like the good life too. I could unironically play Hunter. Let's see. Bran, think about how fun it must be to Viper Sting people and run around in a trap and have like Skull of Impending Doom on. Is Frontier 2 still taking applications? I'm not sure. I have no idea. Nom. I'll put in a good word. If you're down. Good start to get back into the content game. Do it. You join the Discord. Nice. Mage, blast and arcane at the start, then change to fire. Almost every class is good in TBC. That's why it's so cool. Is Frontier HC or no? Yes, it's HC. It's HC. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm just thinking about it now. The hunter teams and twos in TBC are drain comps. Okay, there is no non-drain comp hunter team. Like you could try to do like EM hunter rogue, and you could play it to like 2K, like 2200 or something. But it's kind of a freaking me. But if you find like a good druid, you just kind of run around and Viper Sting stuff. I swear it's that easy. It looks that easy. I don't know if it really is, but you just put traps around pillars and you just run around in the traps. And anytime you see someone with blue bar, you hit them with the Viper Sting. And it's so annoying to play against it because in TBC you really feel your resources. It's actually the thing I like about TBC a lot though in a way. You do go right? You have to drink a lot. You know, you really have to be careful with your mana, even as a warlock or something, right? You think you can just tap, but like it adds up. Where at Wrath, it's like you feel like you're an endless fountain of resources. It's so hard to like out in Wrath comparatively. So, oh, let me get this flight path. Our TBC arena is fun. I don't know, man. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship. Like, when you're in TBC and you're playing, you think it's hell on earth. You're like, oh, this is so cringe. The RNG, dude. Things just, I miss Wrath when they, they streamlined the RNG way more and all this. And, the PvE items are too strong. They're too OP. And people are using all these vanilla items like Skull of Impending Doom, Netomatic Projector, all these type of things, right? And it feels so janky. And it feels like it's bad. But then you miss it. But at least that's my perspective on it. And you end up kind of like, I don't know, missing the meta and just the way everything felt. Like it was more I don't want to say fast paced, but I feel like the games wouldn't go to attrition as much. I'm honestly just comparing Wrath versus TBC.
That better be good.
But yeah, like I feel like the games doesn't go to attrition as much as in Wrath, where you're just sitting there getting like you're unironically like developing carpal tunnel syndrome because you're in like a 40-minute game like very consistently. Some people say TBC is Classic Plus in a way. Yeah, I can see that. What's up, Flippets?
How may I aid you?
TBC arenas are bis. You just have to play a meta comp to truly enjoy it. Yeah, you're right, Brand. Like just some good old-fashioned DPR double dwarf. Double dwarf DPR. Nah, actually human. Human dwarf. Human rogue, dwarf priest. Some people say TV. Yeah. Rogue. What are the bad parts of playing rogue in TBC? Can you remind me, Brand? Do you remember? Is it competition like in PvE? You're not that because you do pump in PvE in TBC, no? Or no? Maybe you don't. I mean, I know all the melee and AP users eventually start scaling pretty well, like Sunwell and all that. Like, they always say the whole you need like a certain amount of armor penetration, blah blah blah. But is it that like early your DPS pretty trash? What was the question? Oh, the question is, what are the downsides of playing rogue in TBC? Like, give me the totality of it, like PvE and PvP. Nobody wants rogues in PvE? Oh, okay, so it is kind of like that. Imp expose armor bot. Watching you and Abide play Warrior Pally and Wrath was good times. That's crazy, dude. You just reminded me. Nom Nom, I mained Holy Pally and Wrath. What a weird timeline. I got pretty decent at it, though, I want to say. Using my Bacon of Light. You only have one rogue in a raid. Rogues are not prio for heroics. Yeah. Argos loves the leveling of vanilla and the end game of TBC. What's up, McFarvo, dude? Good to see you. Raid spots, go hunter, do it. No love for mage. Oh man, I honestly could go hunter. Hunter sounding fun, dude. What's the downside of hunter in TBC? There's none. There's literally none. What's the downside of hunter? Because you could say it's PvP, but it's the drain comps, bro. Like it actually is top tier. I swear, like you can be like the best team. The best twos team could be a drain comp team. Maybe. I mean, the top twos team is realistically going to be like Mir and some like feral, like some feral rogue or some weird or double rogue or some weird thing with like the rogues have insane PvE gear or something like that. But you know, it could be in the top tier. Hunter is the hero class in TBC. In the era of no GDKP, you better have a guild for a rogue. True. Oh wait, yo, they nerfed MQG though, didn't they? Eventually in TBC, or is that actually just a wet dream that I had that actually never happened? MQG is mind quickening gem. I think they did, no? So like MQG is the thing that pretty much makes it so they can like polymorph you in like 0.2 seconds. Like it's like a haste trinket. And pretty much it was so broken. Oh, got nerfed in season 3. I don't know if it's gonna be nerfed at the start. They'll if they ended up nerfing it, it's probably in the code already, and they're just gonna keep it. But this is gonna be interesting, boys. So TBC running it back, dual spec, so way more arena participation, and some of the nerfs in arena, right? And no GDKP. So there'll probably be less PvE gear in the arena. I'm saying. They removed NG belt too. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool, dude. No NG belt's so cool. That's awesome. Because there is some RNG with that. Like NG belt is the vanilla NG belt. And pretty much like it makes everyone tankier because like everybody has it, and then sometimes you can just lose a game due to bad RNG because it like backfires on you and deals a ton of damage to you instead or something. So it's awesome. Question is if they also remove teams this time around and just make it personal rating. True. I'm excited for it, guys. I'm really excited for TBC. But I'm excited. I'm always excited to play some vanilla too. It's been enough time for me since playing that I could get down some just good old-fashioned vanilla. So that's really what I'm debating. Like I'm thinking about what I want to play in TBC, what I want to main, what I want to do in the arena, all that. But also I'm debating what I want to play in Frontier too.
What now? I haven't got all day.
Because I don't know if Frontier is going to be the time for me to try something new. I probably just have to play something I'm good at. And just to not be like a liability, you know? So I could just go hunter. Level fast. It is useful. Like it helps people gear up like crazy, you know, like good in the dungeons. Pretty easy to gear, very self-reliant. But I've played hunter so much though at the same time. Go warrior in Frontier. Thing is, dude, I'm just gonna die. I have a feeling I'm just gonna die. You know, not while leveling. I just think I gotta play something safe. I mean, rogue wouldn't be a bad option too. Like rogue's pretty good in hardcore. You know, you have vanish, you have control and stuff in the dungeons. It's a melee DPS at the end of the day, so you're pretty good damage. Level's pretty fast. You know, you don't have like a ton of responsibility. You kind of just like press your buttons and watch threat, and if you die, you can just vanish. Like rogue's not bad, and you can just get like dark mantle set, so it's pretty easy to gear. Go human rogue, easiest class not to die by far. Yeah, I could go honestly. Hunter is boring but solid. Druid is the fun choice. If you could change one thing to TBC Arena, what would it be? Huh. Dampening. Interesting. One thing to TBC Arena. There's a couple things that come to mind. I honestly think 2s, 3s, and 5s should give the same amount of points. I mean, feel free to remind me of why they shouldn't, but that's one of my first things that I'm thinking about, because I think 2s is really fun. Like, it's so fun, man. For me at least, just having one buddy, dedicated partner, and just like improving over time, and learning the script for your comp. And I want to see more people play 2s and get in there, and like you get really, like, if that's your thing, like you're just getting a fraction of the points of 5s or 3s. It's like, feels bad. And then the other thing is, yeah, dampening is a consideration, but in TBC, like, the matches do end. You could maybe add dampening, or if it gets to, healer versus healer somehow, and like no one's quitting and it's taking forever, but I don't know. Like, at the high level of arena, what I've seen is people will just like quit. Like, if they just know the matchup's gonna take forever, it's like a rogue versus like a shaman or something. Like, people have stuff to do, and like the top players aren't just trying to sit there for like an hour. Like, they'll just take the L and go again and queue again. The one aspect of TBC Arena changing would be somehow making the RNG a little bit more consistent, somehow adding a little bit more of a framework of it, so you can't just get supremely unlucky with 4 resists in a row or something like that. There's other things too, though. Like, I want to say spell. There's something weird with like spell pen. Or you know what it is? Yeah, you're like on Warlock, your pets don't scale with like your spell pen or your spell hit or anything like that. So like your pet abilities can get resisted all the time, and there's nothing you can do about it. I honestly think it'd be better if some Warlocks somehow need a little bit of a buff. They just don't scale as well with PvE gear. So that's one consideration as well, that you could somehow either remove PvE gear or lessen the impact it has, because it does shape the meta a lot. It's very high impact, but I don't know. At the same time, like, that's part of TBC. Like, just seeing rogues with glaives and stuff is pretty cool. Uses Bis bracket. I hate they took a lot of it in the future versions. That's such a bummer, dude. Such a bummer they did that. You haven't set a category for your stream? Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you, sir. How's the sound, by the way? Is it okay? Like, can you hear me okay, but you can still hear the game? Do you hear the music, all that?
What do you require? Trust no one.
I have a pretty scuffed setup at the moment, so sound is good. Setup looks fine. That's awesome. Thanks. Remove flying mounts for more world PvP.
Speak quickly.
That's a consideration, though. Just the idea of, you wouldn't necessarily have to remove flying mounts, but if you made those world events more worth it, to the point that everyone wanted to do it, they looked forward to it because it was such a nice little juicy chunk of value, it would naturally lead to a lot more world PvP. Whoa, we're back. Something happened with the stream.
Hello.
We good now? That was weird.
Beware the living.
Yo, Lurkin Zero, man, with the tier 1. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. All my subscribers, I really appreciate it. Just getting started again, just ramping back up my presence online and all that. So Lurkin, you're one of my day 0 supporters again. I appreciate that very much. No category again? Yeah, the category broke it. Let me see. Set it right now. I've been curious, what gives a streamer better revenue when you watch them on Twitch or YouTube? No idea, dude. No idea. Yeah, no idea. Probably Twitch because of the ads, I would guess, but flying mounts were goated. I remember in Wrath, pre-patch Winky dropping off his mountain, hitting priest dots on passing targets and just levitating away, watching them die. Oh yes, we got poisons. Oh, that's a huge deal. Instant poison. Yes. Okay. Instant poison. It wants us. Centaur bracers, counterattack. We did all this already. Kobolds. Wants us to go to Stone Town. Underbluff, Terran Mill. Oh, it's kind of taking us here. Hillsbrad. Come on. Like not loading, but whatever. I know all the clips anyway. All right. Oh, what's up, Platinum? Wow, good to see you, dude. Big Platinum in the house. How you doing, brother?
What is it? Dark
Big Platinum. What's Frontier 2? My understanding of it is that it's going to be a new Alliance hardcore guild on the Anniversary Realm. Brother Ompy's going to be leading it, and they want to clear all the content without world buffs. That's my understanding of it. But I could be wrong. I got the TBC itch. Yeah. Too, dog. Me too. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yo, you think that they should launch a TBC Fresh server when it comes out or no, guys? What are your thoughts on this? Also, I wonder if I can buy this here. Dust of Decay. We have to go to like Orgrimmar. The cook, he's not gonna have it.
What
General
do you
goods?
require?
No.
Goodbye.
Dang it.
What do you require?
Great.
Hello.
I think it's just those dirty vendors. Damn, I really should get it though. It's a huge DPS increase. I need to level my paladin now. Give me Eversong. A fresh would be hype.
What is it? What do you require? Embrace.
I always want fresh. Eversong. Yeah. Oh, it's tough though, right? It's like just thinking about what you want to play in TV. What you want to play. Let me think about other options. Thoughts on Warrior in TBC, guys? The main Warrior in TBC. DPS Warrior, trash out of the gate, I want to say. Like, I don't even know if you bring them. Maybe you have like one or two. You know? I think you just make them do utility stuff in the raid. But you can tank though, right? You can like prot warrior tank like Karazhan and Gruul's, all like the early stuff. Yeah, then eventually they start doing well later. And then season 1 for warrior, like in 2s and 3s, I want to say that they're kind of bad as well. Not bad, but they're as weak as they'll ever be because they're not like tanky enough yet. So just thinking it through all again, it's making me think that maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I don't want to play warrior. Probably not going to stick around and play all the way through Sunwell anyway. Frontier 2 is happening? Yeah, BMNJ, it's happening. I think they're launching on the 19th. Everyone's going to go again. The stun mace, yeah. You get that like phase 2, right? Like with SSC. CD Key! Dude, thank you so much. 24 months of support. You love to see that. 2 years of support coming from my man CD Key. I appreciate you, dog. Very much. Of course, I remember that name. Yeah. So it's got me thinking. I want to play something that's strong in the early season of Arena. What is our druid? Is our druid strong in the early season? I think priests actually. Priests are the strongest healers early. It's like just the nature of the absorbs and stuff, and like burns. I think they're at their peak efficacy early, before people get like insane resil. You know what I mean? But there's no shot I can play priest. Rogue quarter. Priest is great. Subcargo's How's Life. Have you seen Preach's WoW 2 video? Thoughts? What's up, Malachor? How's it going, dude? Can you summarize it? What is it? Like what is he's just like theorizing a WoW 2 and what it would look like? Sunwell meta was double feral druid tanks. That's right. That's right. I do remember that too. Suggests that there's going to be another WoW, and it's already happening, that they're developing another WoW. Interesting. Yeah, I've been hearing too as well, guys, that Blizzard is doubling down with the idea of Classic Plus. This could just be cope, though. Feel free to, you know, is it cope? This is just what I hear from the outside looking in, that Blizzard is winding down support of SOD, and that they're claiming that they're working on something much bigger. But that's what they were saying about SOD, right? Like they were working on so much bigger for that. Like, I don't know. Yo, where's the rogue the rogue poison Andy in Undercity? Anybody know off the top of that? What's your take on Undead versus Troll Disc Priest? I remember watching the deep dive with Spank on TBC and him giving a lot of hype for Troll Priest. Yeah, it's kind of like comp dependent. For me, if I were gonna play Priest in TBC, personally, I probably would go Troll, because I'm just weird like that. Like I think Wodif is always gonna be good. You're always gonna get some value from it, right? But I like the kind of like the little niche things you can do with Troll, and like that you're a little bit underrated, and that you know you have this extra curse you can layer on with stuff, and Blackguard or whatever the little stun thing is called. And me and my partner Bran, we played a lot of this thing we called Duratar Cleave, where it was like Orc Warlock with a Troll Priest, and just committing to playing, you know, DPL this priest lock, and just had a lot of fun with that. And I think the PvE choice is going to be Troll as well. So still rocking the DV Delight banner. I still am. Yeah, I need to update all that. Anybody know where the poison dude is in Undercity? Like any rogue players? Yo, give me 1 second, by the way. Like, I'll be right back. 1 second. Are we back? I think it's on the other side of the river, right-hand side, but still in the Rogue's Quarter, just from across. All right, thanks, man. Yeah, dude, I don't know what to play. Alliance or Horde. Choose. I want to do well in the early seasons of Arena. That's probably got to be Alliance. Rogue, Priest. You know, actually, what I always thought did look like a fun comp though, and it's such a Zug comp, but it's actually pretty good. Is a Shaman Warrior.
And you,
Be quick about your business.
It's kind of all in. It's just like big damage. Like you go this like weird special build as the warrior, and you just pretty much just Zug. For TBC, yeah. Poison vendor. Here we go.
what is it?
All right.
Victory for Sylvanas. I have exactly what you need.
You're doing Frontier 2, that's what's up? Yeah, in Frontier 2. Don't know what to play though, man. I'm a lost soul. I don't want to play with something with too much responsibility, but I also want to play something that's going to be good in TBC, and I also want to play something that's fun, and... You know, I could play Pally. I'd get down with some Pally. But I would need someone to duo level with. Yeah. Blizzard will definitely make a Classic Plus at some point, but it's really no reason for Blizzard to make the Classic Plus unless they take the fights against bots and ban gold buyers. Yeah, it's interesting, dude. I mean, they did a lot of things I never thought they would do. They straight up banned GDKP for Anniversary. And some people were salty, and some people were mad, but they straight up did it. And there's no underground there's no like underground GDKPs, right? Like people don't do that. It's not worth it. What if it's OP for sure, but perception is gross? Banning GDKPs did nothing for the game, unfortunately. Bot/gold buying is still running rampant. Yeah, that's what I figured, you know. But maybe that's not the complete story of GDKP. Like, maybe the game is just more fun. The community is like just better overall without it in. But my whole pushback on all of it, and it's probably what I'll talk about on that Ebonheart interview, is removing emergent gameplay from the game world. To me, that is a bad thing, you know. So whatever changes you make to the game that's going to be quality of life related, you want to try to make it in a way that you can preserve that emergent gameplay but still accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish. I think mainly about, you know, just the PvP community and how it's not really going to exist. It's more of a single player experience. I think about more about even the GDKP community. These communities, like, yeah, they just like don't really exist anymore. All the tools and the culture and everything that people built up around these things doesn't exist. And where does that energy go? Does it go into like new avenues of emerging gameplay? I don't know. It probably just goes nowhere. You can actually find pugs that aren't GDKP now. It's great. Interesting. Yo, we have another sub. We got InfoSec Forever with the Twitch Prime on a 1-month streak, dude. Thank you very much. All the subs, especially at this stage of the channel, very much appreciated forever. Welcome to the community, my friend. Join the Discord. Come hang out with us. We're just getting started again. Let's go back to turn. Got our poisons going. Anniversary has the worst economy of any MMO I've ever played, Lamau. Last were 250 gold each, 15 gold mongoose. That's wild. Many Discords are running GDKPs on Anniversary. What's up, Sperling? How you doing, man? Would you be able to help a noob with a question? Yeah, what you need? What's up, Duago? Good to see you. How you doing, buddy? Just the webcam a little bit. TBC without GDKP is gonna be dead. No way, man. No way. Yeah, it's good to see you, Dwaggle. I made a mage. Which specialization would be best? Depends what you're trying to do, Sperling. If you're just leveling, you know, just go Frost. If you're a fresh 60, you know, probably... I mean, Frost is the best. Frost is the best. The most versatile. PvP, farming, all that type of stuff. But if you're like some high-end raider type, and you know you have decent gear to support it, then most of the mages end up going fire. But Frost is good. Why are you wearing a bra? Dude, I like these things, man. These are I just feel comfy in these. Even just a regular tank top, I feel like I'm wearing a kimono. I feel too heavily clothed. But yeah, my little stringer. But yeah, I don't know. At this stage in life, I'm the kind of person that I like just being able to, you know, just be out in the sun, you know, be outside, like no shirt, whatever, like jumping in the water, playing pickleball, doing all this. I just like feel most comfy. But Frost is an all-rounder. What's up, Revenge, though? How you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. Happy Pride Month? Yeah, happy Pride Month. What's up, VCSFX Media? That sounds familiar, that name. Good to see you, Cargos. Hope the family is 100%. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, Ren. I'm good to see you, too. Good to see you. Shows off the badass tattoos. Appreciate it. I'm actually getting some work done on my chest right here. Going into the pec now. Building it up. Apparently that's like a full sleeve is like when you have the pec done as well. We'll see how that goes. I've been looking at some like design options. Tattoos are fun though. Once you kind of open that door, you just want to get blasted.
What do you need?
You can even do like sub goals. Do a sub goal and then take you guys to the tattoo spot with me. Watch me writhe around in pain. Let me see. What are we doing here? Yeah, let's do Syndicate personnel. Let's go. Some poisons going. My problem is GDKPs are obviously a big reason for people to buy gold, but I also really dislike grinding gold in the game, to be honest. Yeah. I don't have a crystal ball, dude. I really don't know if it's good or bad to have GDKP in the game. I honestly can see both sides of it. I really can see both sides of it. Because, okay, can we all agree that we want this game that we play, this static game that's so old, we can all agree on this, right? That we want the game to feel big. We want to feel like there's a lot to do, right? There's no way you can disagree with that. We want the game to feel big and robust, ton of stuff to do, ton of different options, because it's a static game. It's a dead game, kind of like. So with that in mind, you know, does GDKP being in make the game world feel bigger? The argument for no, that it feels smaller, I guess, because you could make one, is that pretty much it's easier to get gear, and because there's like an easier and more straightforward path towards getting gear and stuff, that you power up faster and then it shortens the content. You could make that argument. But I don't think that's my perspective on it. I think my perspective on it is that it feels like more of a World of Warcraft with GDKP in, because there are different pockets or subsets of the community that are into different things. You have more of like a defined high-end PvE side of the game world and the server and all that with these GDKP Andes who are like, that's their life. They're all about it, like building that infrastructure up, you know, creating like this branded experience when you come in and do this GDKP. It is more of a World of Warcraft, you know? People in these GDKPs have jobs and they have salaries based on the jobs that they perform. And yeah, to me, there's more there. There's more identity to the server. These are the things I think about, right? But what I care about more, mainly at least in the vanilla environment, is I do like the ranking community. I do think it's a lot of fun to have this world of people that you interact with that's very much separate and distinctly separate from the PvE side. Because in my mind, a properly functioning vanilla server, you don't have the time and energy to do both. You really can't PvE and PvP at the same time. There's costs that prohibit you from doing that in terms of like respec costs and all that. There's time that prohibits you because you can't afford to just take huge swaths of time off when you're ranking, you know, to go do PvE stuff and like farm and do all that. So you kind of need to commit to one or the other. And I like that. It adds a yin and a yang to like a properly functioning like vanilla WoW server. So you add stuff like dual spec in, you add stuff like, you know, the solo experience, the solitaire experience that is ranking right now on these servers. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, think that it makes for a smaller World of Warcraft. Yeah, it's still be a fun time, you know. What's up, Vanilla Chad? That's a cool name. That's a cool Twitch name, Vanilla Chad. Miss you. Glad to see you back. What's up, Days? Retail is a bloated mess, and if you haven't played before, it will be a mindfuck. Yo, Cargos, hyped to see you back. How's Hunter and TBC PvP in your opinion? So, if you have whoa, why do we have so many people in here? We have 243 human beings on Twitch. Oh my god, I literally haven't even been looking at the view count at all. That's crazy, dude. Did we get hosted or something? Yo, thank you so much for being here, guys. Holy shit, that's insane, actually. Holy shit, what's up, everybody? Let me see YouTube. Can't even see how many people are on YouTube. Yeah, oh, 87 on YouTube? What? I'm not that washed? That is wild. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the stream. I appreciate you very much. Like, yeah, dude. I'm one of the ancient relics of the classic WoW community at this point. Is that fair to say, dude? It's so much time has passed since like 2017 that I'm actually like fucking Gandalf the Grey out here. What's up, guys? Thank you for kicking it with me. I appreciate it very much. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope you're eating something tasty, eating some steaks, some fries, some burgers. Get the barbecue going. Missed the goat. What was I talking about though? Google ADHD brain. Oh yeah, Hunter. Yeah, so if you want to play Hunter in TBC and your perception is, oh dude, I'm gonna be popping off. I'm gonna be going bestial wrath. I'm gonna be doing so much damage. Dude, we still got it like that where we get random drive-bys from people saying, yo, the legend. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The fact that we're on some people's Mount Rushmores of classic, it makes me happy. Dude, I typed in ChatGPT the other day, you know, going down the rabbit hole of classic and like seeing what ChatGPT has to say about like private server culture and all this. And out of nowhere, it mentioned me on. Anyway, I need to go back to my original point. Like, so if you have this perception of being some big damage dealer as a Hunter player in TBC Arena, like you couldn't be further from the truth. Like, you're a mana drainer, you know. But just lean into that role. You're like the best mana drainer. When people see you in Arena, they get so sad. Like, do you want to invoke sadness onto your opponents? Then play Hunter. They see Hunter, their heart sinks to their stomach. Their fun levels bottom out. They see Hunt Druid. Some people just quit the game right there. You know, you're a mana drainer. You're a blue bar depleter. You know? So, and you're good, and it's a top tier comp, right? So like that's got to be your mindset on it. I'm trying to remember though. You can play with the priest or a druid. You remember, Brian? Which one was stronger? Like I want to say priest hunter is the best because both can drain. That sounds fun, man. Like, I'm about to reroll Hunter right now and do that. Double drain team. I mean, the druid is like, he can't drain, right? But they just last forever. So like, even though they can't drain mana, they kind of are draining mana just by like existing. Because they're just running around forever, like just rolling hots and being like super efficient and like you can't really. And they don't go as much as priest, because priests go really fast actually, if I remember correctly. Hunter double healer is despair inducing. Dude, just imagine you go double Hunter. Sorry. Like you do threes, right? Double Hunter, our druid. Good. Or double Hunter priest. The only thing is like in threes, I think priests they can get like ganged up on easy, right? Like you can burst them down pretty easy. Like they're the healer that dies the easiest to like swaps. Like the hardest healer to just straight up kill is like a paladin. Like if you just are just trying to like all in kill a paladin. And then druids can be really tricky because they have actually like movement, you know, mobility. Priest has no mobility, and they're kind of like just a one trick with pain sub. So, but you know, I'm kind of an extremist like that. Like if I'm gonna do drain comp, I want to go all the way drain comp. And you'd probably go with a troll priest. Yeah, dude, troll priest berserking mana burn. Finger licking good right there. You know what you do? Wait, do you get power infusion in arena as a priest? My priest would. Berserking, power infusion, mana burn, mana burn, mana burn, mana burn. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to play. Oh gosh. Hunter discard druid. Hunter druid priest in threes. Possibly end of the year. Yeah. It's got to be Q4 this year. Gotta be. Gotta be. One of the reasons for the viewers is that you are second on the list and the first has follower chat only on. Interesting. The second on the list, for real? For real? Also, you know what it might be? Aren't a lot of people on like a mop hype train right now? Is that like the current Twitch meta to be all about mop? And I'm not, so I'm probably absorbing like some of the people that still like vanilla and stuff. Thoughts on the death of DD? I like these questions. By the way, thank you for the questions. Ask away. Like your questions keep the stream going. So if you have anything you want to ask me about life, family, whatever, like there's nothing off limits, man. Ask whatever, because I run out of stuff to say. So your questions are really helping keep the lights on. But yeah, my overall thoughts on Deviate Delight. I think the project was a huge success. I thought it was super fun. Some of the most fun I've ever had in this game, actually. I think we also all collectively fumbled the bag in some ways with DD, because we were onto something for a second with the World PvP events, but people didn't want to believe, man. Like they didn't. I swear it could have been so sick. And we did a couple of them, but it was kind of just like a low effort stab at it, and it was still pretty good. You know, I tried my best with my art assets and stuff like that too, but you know, teamwork makes the dream work. And I'm not like an organized person that plans stuff way in advance and follows up with everyone and has like tons of accountability towards like that's not me. I'm a dreamer. I'm a creative type. I like making art assets and stuff like that. So I honestly like needed more of a team to help do those events. And I do think that might have been one of the only chances we would have ever seen to see, you know, to see what large scale open world PvP events would look like on a vanilla server. And we got to see a couple. I want to say we did like 4 or 5 events. It never really became final form, right? Because we never got to see those epic battles where it was all 60s. It was still always low level. But BD was fun. Like there was villains on the server, there were heroes on the server, there was drama. I want to say from a viewer perspective, that was a really entertaining couple weeks. or not even weeks. I want to say it was a few months. And we had the world's attention. We had Blizzard's attention. And I actually believe, call this main character syndrome, but I believe that we have anniversary realms because of DD. I want to believe that's true. It was a combo of DD and, like, you know, Soda Poppin' and them trying to do the whole OnlyFans thing. So it just like was like a double tap, whereas making them want to do it. Reek went evil arc. Yeah. It was inevitable though. At the same time, I do honestly think like what he did was a dick move. And I do think some people are just like rebels without a cause. And they just their natural state of being. But it was bound to happen. It was inevitable that people were gonna want to, like, you know, push back against the rule set or whatever you want to call it, the framework. But it was really fun. It was really fun. And I love that domino effect of taking something from a small little seed towards you get one person, then another person, and it's a chain reaction. Oh, Ompy's in. Hell yeah, Ompy's leveling. Other person's leveling. And that organic little snowball effect that forms just gets me bricked up. Like, I love how that feels day to day, where it feels like you're growing something together and watching it actually become like a big thing. It was part of the appeal of like hardcore and growing all that, right? Same thing was happening with DD in a way. If I could go back and rewrite the story of DD so that it was a more successful project, though, how would I do it? That's an interesting thing to talk about, right? I do actually wish that Alex basically like didn't go like full like Voldemort Sith Lord mode so fast. Like, I wish he just like stuck with it. I wish that, you know, the people on the Discord didn't troll him so much too, you know, because like people just like love to troll that dude, poke the bear or whatever. Like, I wish that Reek started his own guild and, like, you know, was, you know, anti-establishment or whatever, but still kind of abiding by the framework and rule set so that it would have hung in there longer. I wish there was more support for the world PvP stuff and that we tried harder and had more production value and like made it more cinematic with more of a script and more of a whatever and put on like a good show for the world. These are all the things I wish. Man, I've never been so rich on a server though. That was the first server of my life that I truly experienced streamer bennies. The streamer bennies were like wild. Oh man, this is actually like target dummy. Like, I got something crazy happened to me on that server. I got something big for free. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a viewer. He gave me something crazy, bro. It was oh shit, dude, I'm about to die. Gotta have this. What was it? Let me think. Got something crazy. It was like an enchant or something. Oh, it was Crusader. Yeah, it was early. It was just really early into it, and this guy was like, "Yo, thank you for being like, you know, my favorite streamer. Like, you got me and my wife into like WoW and all this." And he just opened trade and gave me Crusader. I was like the second guy on the server to have it, and then I just made like infinite money. That was the best thing ever. Yeah, it was Crusader. Edgies. I did end up getting edgies as well on my warrior at like a really cheap price. Oh yeah, but between Crusader and selling stuff in tribute runs and all that, like, oh man, that was the good life. I was so rich on that hunter. But I also had the worst luck I've ever gotten in my life on loot on that hunter. Like, I raided for like 12, 15 weeks or something, right? Like a good amount of time, and had like one piece giant stalker. Sad AF. SGC too. Yeah, I got SGC on both my warrior and my hunter. I also learned something valuable from that whole experience. I'm never going body type 2 orc warrior again. I'm not even kidding. That's a big deal for me. I'm weird like that. I really wish I went like male orc. I just wasn't into it. Like the animations and everything, you look so small, and like some people, you know, like the Monkey Newses of the world, and some people are like they like that just like vibe. But for me, never again, never again, never again. I learned male orc just go 100%, dude, 100%. Like I actually felt like disattached with my character. Auction house, yeah. Yeah, and you know another thing I wish never happened? There is this guild that like broke off pretty early, and there was some weird drama with them or something. I think it was time lost. I wish that whole thing never happened too. Like, but basically, I wish we were more like just unified. Cooldown of sprint or hit. I probably hit it, right? There's nothing more cringe than male orc. You say that as an alliance player, though, Matt Shepard. You have to be a true horde aficionado. Bandit Pants of the Monkey, okay. I'm no Alondo, but that's looking like that's good stats. Where is it? Pants. 5 Agi, 5 Stam. Oh, yeah. Upgrade. Female orc is best. Yeah, I mean, for some people it is, you know? It's just different strokes for different folks. Like, all I can say is I can share my, you know, my honest take on it, where I thought it was going to be cool playing female orc, but it really made me less attached to the character. Wow, get over yourself. The HC community thanks you for the add-on, but don't inflate yourself, bro. It's sad, embarrassing to hear you come out with this opinion. Didn't start his own guild. The framework was incredibly slow. Wait, what? What does that even mean? Wow, get over yourself. The HC community thanks you for the add-on, but don't inflate yourself, bro. It's sad, embarrassing to hear you come out with this opinion. Greek did start his own guild. The framework is incredibly slow. I'm not really sure how to digest that, but it sounds like you're talking about Greek and Deviant Delight. I mean, my perspective on it, just being completely honest, is I feel like Greek was, and maybe still is, in like bro at all costs streamer mode. And like, you know, he's a smart dude, and that he was like, you know, just fully cognizant of the fact of like, you know, I'm gonna ruffle some feathers here and try to like, you know, just get some viewers and get some drama going or whatever. And there's some silver lining in as well, in the sense that, you know, it created some rivalries. Oh, you know, another thing though that actually was bad for DV Delight in a big way, in a huge way. Wood department. It was bad, actually. And I did have like good relationships with them in my mind. That's what I thought at the time, that we were kind of like, you know, I met like their like supreme Kim Jong-un leader, what was his name, Costanza or whatever. And I thought we were on good terms, but turns out when I look back on it, he was just kind of playing me, you know. It was just, they're just completely like, just, you know, just do whatever, like see the world burn type mode. But I do remember, like, when they joined the server, it really did taint the vibe across the board. Showbeck super demotivated. Like, everyone was kind of like demotivated in a way, because it's like we're at a party, and this is what I think about it, right? This is how I think about it. It's like we found a nice little plot of land somewhere, right on the water, nice little beach, private beach. You know, someone brings a cooler full of drinks. You know, people are like, you know, building their little campsites out, and like their tents, and like, you know, someone builds like a tree swing, and everyone's just like, you know, spreading the word. Oh, this is an awesome little spot, and we're all in this kind of like party together, and we're like camping out and doing something cool. It kind of had the effect of just like someone coming in and just like, you know, pissing in the communal Kool-Aid. Everyone was a little bit less motivated to do like unique and interesting stuff, because they do have a reputation, right? They had a reputation of being able to really significantly grief whatever is going on. And we're out here trying to do these world PvP events. And we're like, oh man, this is just like the beginning of the end, you know? These guys are here now. And yeah, for sure it had that effect. People were just like way less down to like want to do stuff. People were more insular instead of doing more community stuff. But yeah. Yeah. Lots of bad apples came, but we did the best. It was really awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of people could look back on it and say like, wow, that was actually pretty fun. Well, it happened. Had a spot like that in high school, kept it secret for 2 years, but once it was too big, we lost it. Why no Warcraft tattoo? What's up, Amaro Zek? First time in the chat. Welcome, brother. I do have kind of one that's the closest thing to it is I have Cargo's like as an Easter egg embedded on my right arm. But I don't have any WoW specific tattoos. I'm trying to be like, I'm less of like a meaningful tattoo guy. I do have some tattoos that are meaningful, like my daughter's birthdays and like Cargo's on my arm, but I'm trying to commit to one aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like it's easy if you just go all over the place with like all types of stuff that it starts to look less like art and more like a story. But that's what people want. You know, that's what a lot of people want. Could have been bigger. I agree. Yeah, it could have been bigger. It's refreshing to see you back streaming again. You got me properly into WoW, and I thank you for that. What's up, Wax? Yo, Wax, you're the Druid player, right? Aren't you an Arena Andy as well? I remember your name. Oh, I might be thinking of Waz, but I remember you too, Wax. You know what was fun, had me thinking about it, is wasn't an Arena Realm, but Blizzard did something pre-TBC where you could spawn in and you had arena gear. And you could test out the arenas. Anybody remember that? That was pretty fun too. Did you see that Greek got all 5 accounts banned a few months ago? I did see that. I did see that. And you know, I want to start drama and I'll keep some of my opinions to myself, you know what I mean? But like, I did see that. Yep. I did see that. But I did also see that he is playing again somehow. So I guess he just made like new accounts. But yeah. Are you going to play Mop at all? I don't think so, man. I didn't play Cat at all. I don't think so. I did play Mop back in the day. I did have fun with it in some ways. You know, I did that Siege of Orgrimmar raid and did the it was like a legendary staff or something you got, right? I ended up getting that. And doing the pet battle stuff, the Timeless Isle dailies, all that. But I don't know, man. As a PvPer, you should try Mop. Yeah. That's what I've heard through the years, right? People are saying the PvP in Mop was pretty good. And Ebot Gold again has like 10 booster tunes. What's up, Darth Emporius? First time in the chat. Welcome, brother. Welcome. I forgot about Wood Department. Yo, bro, is there a chance you would make a TBC leveling guide for Hunter? I actually have one that's pretty decent, Gungaro, on my channel. It has a good amount of views on it. I didn't go super hard with like leveling guides for TBC in general, but I did make a Hunter one, and it's pretty good information. You know, sometimes I make a guide and I'm like, whoop, well, that was cringe, but this one is held up. It's on my channel right now. What's your plans for TBC? So my plans for TBC is what I'm most excited for in TBC. If I'm being completely honest, is the arena. I do want to get back into twos again. I do want to, yeah, just have fun with it again, like, and be able to play some classes that I can play with a lot of different people. You don't get stuck. Like Warlock is like the least versatile class to be able to play with your friends. It really is. Like you really can't just play with anybody. So like a rogue would be like perfect for that. But also just like, I don't know, TBC hardcore sounds pretty fun. Like I just want to be in Outland. You know, even just like the heroics and the dailies and some of the farms, like the slave pens one pull thing. I remember learning that on my mage, and TBC is just a vibe. It's my favorite expansion by far. Are you planning to push for Glad again? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to. Honestly. I'd like to. I just wish games wouldn't come down to a resist. Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking about that. That would be nice if somehow they could just like template it a little bit more with the RNG so it's not just absolute clown fiesta sometimes. Be nice. Would be nice. Now the Drake mount? Yeah, dude. I was so proud of that. I got that shit flying around on it. It was so good. Rogue Gaming. Oh, yo, it's Goth Lolita. It's the rank 1 griefer. It's the griefer. How you doing, Goth? How are you? If I'm being 100... Oh, yo, Goth Lolita. Did you hear that they're making a documentary on hardcore? I'm actually recording my interviews today. But, of course, Winky is still MIA. He's not hitting me up. But he's supposed to come over today and record it with me. When is Frontier 2 starting, or did it happen already? It's going to start on the 19th of June, so like 18 days from now. Who's doing the documentary? Winky is like the main visionary behind it. I met with him the other day. We got a drink and we went out for a bit. And yeah, he is the perfect person to do the hardcore WoW documentary. Because the thing about Winky is he's a protagonist and he's an antagonist. He's like half good guy, half griefer. He's just a memer, and like he can tell the story from all sides, pretty unbiased. And he actually reached out to like Corone or whatever, the main griefer Andy, and like got his like all of his videos and shit, and like because that's part of the story of hardcore, right? For better or for worse, even though that guy was like an absolute menace, right? Like that's part of it. So he has it broken down like a mini series. Like I want to say there's like 6 episodes or something like that. And he's already done 5 interviews with people. He bought insanely good camera equipment, insanely good. And he went out to DreamHack and interviewed a bunch of people. And I think if done properly, it can be a really good story. Hardcore. It's not going to be boring. I think to the point that like you could just be a non-WoW gamer, right? And still enjoy it. And ultimately, hopefully, it ends up being just, even if you are a WoW gamer, if you do love vanilla, it's something you can watch in super high quality, that's displaying the sights and sounds of your favorite game. And like, you get to see it like produced, and it's like a really high quality documentary or miniseries type of thing. So I'm excited about it. Yeah. I think it could do really well, to be honest. And I will say, I don't want to speak on it in an official capacity because I'm not actually the one producing it all. I'm just participating. But very high likelihood, let's just say, that Blizzard gets involved. Yeah. Like that it's basically, yeah, like you can just like fill in the blanks, right? And nothing, I don't think anything's confirmed, and I don't know all the details, but it's looking like it's going to be very like official in like the best possible way. Yeah. Blood Sale HCDs are some of the most fun and best community I felt doing anything in my life. Yeah. I know, man. It was our little home. It was our little secret compound. I mean, when I look back at the highs of hardcore, a few things stand out. I still vividly remember the first time we tested the add-on tracking deaths. And the first time a raid warning popped up when someone died, and how freaking hype we were. Like a lot of you guys take that for granted, thinking like, oh, of course you could do that. We didn't know if that was possible. We literally got like a bunch of these devs together, and it was just like a mastermind. Like I started the call, right? We were just talking about it, but ultimately they just started riffing off of each other and like, speaking their, dev languages, like just talking about Lua or whatever. and like, oh no, we could do it like this or like that, like blah blah blah, like this is possible, and like we didn't know if any of that was possible. And they put it all together, you know. And that was the first time we're like, this is legit now, dude. Like this is legit. Like we're doing it. Like actually have like an add-on. Because before that, you have to realize like hardcore existed for like a year, purely just off of manual recording. You know, you just had to record your runs. The early R2R vibes were so good as well. The add-on was going off like a Gatling gun. No, that's another one of the top like peak highlight things for me too. Soken's like Road to Ragnaros. Let me cast you guys back. Let me set the stage. And this is why this documentary is going to be sick, man, because there's a lot of good stories here, right? So Road to Ragnaros came out during Season of Mastery, correct? Before then, hardcore community had been around for, I want to say, like 2 years, but we were still very small and untested, and the masses still had not heard of us, and we were still getting memed on like crazy, like, oh, hardcore's just for like boomers and people who like suck at the game and blah, 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 right? Like, this was the first time we were taking the game mode and like to scale. And pre-SOM, you have to realize, no one had stepped foot into a raid, even to kill trash. And no one had really even completed much of the dungeons. So this was like how it started. This is the official canon of how it all started. Graze for Days had the idea to do hardcore raiding, but not deathless. He wanted to do hardcore, but delete gear. That he brought that idea to the table, and everybody shut it down massively quickly and thought it was super cringe. But that it also sparked like a conversation towards like, no, dude, like if you want to do it, it has to be no death. Like it has to be no death. Like we have to. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but it has to be no death. You know, Tactics was getting involved with this whole like, you know, Danish 5-head way of like talking about everything, right? Like, and then like, you know, Ampi got involved. I got involved. A bunch of people got involved, and it was like, no, if we're gonna do this, it's got to be full send. It's got to be like a. It's got to be like a real big, like concerted effort. Like you can't. We don't know if it's possible to raid on hardcore. And then the timing, SOM got announced. Well, actually, you know the timing of it is Soul of Iron got put in the game as well. So Soul of Iron was the little blue marble that would fall out of your body when you die. And that was the first time Blizzard tipped the fedora at us, because they did. I actually know all the inner workings of it, how it was at Blizzard now. There was a guy, it was just one guy, it wasn't even a Grend, it was one of the developers that was following along with the hardcore stuff like crazy. And he pretty much just solo made that and just made it and presented it to the team and was like, look at this, I made this. And they, you know, they approved it and put it in. But it was just this one Andy on the team that made that Soul of Iron, but it was 100% because of the hardcore community, right? So they put that in, and then it sparked the thing on our end, like, oh man, there's like a Soul of Iron now. Like we can actually reliably track if someone has died or not. Like this is enough to create like a proper game mode off of this. So Season of Mastery gets announced, and we think it's just going to be kind of like standard, like vanilla, you know, with some quality of life, kind of like that Anniversary was. And that we were getting Blizzard support on it, and Blizzard heard about the idea of One Life rating, and they were all about it. And like, we were like, oh man, we have their support. They're gonna help ban griefers. Like this is awesome. And then they threw a curveball at us with buffing the difficulty, and that right there almost killed Road to Ragnaros. They said that they were buffing the difficulty of all the encounters in SOM, remember? And they're going for more of like a Classic Plus type of thing, right? Like just tripling the health values, adding new mechanics, and it almost DOA'd the project right there. Because it's like, there's no way we can do this. There's no way like no one has even stepped foot into a raid before. There's no way we can do it with buffed mechanics for the first time. So it was about a week of just internal, some people saying yes, some people saying no. But ultimately, we had already gotten a good amount of people in. I remember having this big call. I was still at my lavender farm. It was like Stay Safe, Ompi, all these other streamers were there. Like, you know, and everyone's talking about it. Like, just, is this possible? And Ompi was full send. He was like, no, we can do it. This is possible. I got this. And we're like, okay, let's do it. Right? So the stage was set, you know, it felt like this insurmountable challenge, and we were thinking to ourselves, like, I remember saying certain things at the time, like, even if we just get in there and kill a few Molten Giants, like, that's pretty sick. You know, we got 40 hardcore gamers into this raid. Like, that would already be a success. You know, you kill some trash in a raid. It's hard to think about it now because they've beaten the game, like, probably, you know, the game has been beaten thousands of times over now, right? On the hardcore realms, people clearing knacks every week and stuff. But this is really what it was like back then, right? And you know, the stage was set, we were doing it. It felt like a giant military operation. Like, it was role play. It was kind of role play like, right? But it felt real because no one actually knew if this shit was possible, right? So we like organized this whole infrastructure. Like, we're going to create a bunch of different leveling guilds. Some are going to be more support. Some are going to have some of the core players. This is going to be like the whole like chain of command and everything like that. You know, we created a bunch of different guilds. What was it called? Alpha Company? No, it was like HC Alpha, HC Bravo, HC Charlie, HC Delta. Like, we just ended up using like kind of like military naming convention because it felt, and we were calling it like, for all intents and purposes, we were calling like Somme Launch Day, like D-Day. It was like, it was really like nerdy but I don't know, like in the best possible way because it all felt real, right? So we ended up, I think, planning out like 4 different leveling guilds. In reality, it ended up being way more than that. It ended up being like 10 or 12 leveling guilds. It was wild, right? But we ended up like, you know, assigning out like officers and stuff for each one, and who's gonna go scramble and go make that shit like once it all started. And we just had this like kind of complex plan laid out and a timeline of when we wanted to do this. Also, keep in mind, we came up with this dungeon draft system. So we had these developers come up with like almost a fantasy draft for hardcore, so people could draft their favorite streamers and predict who is going to make it and who is going to die. Really cool when I look back on it, you know. Some people probably remember that vaguely, and of course, Grace and I are like bottom fucking like F tier picks. Everyone thought we were gonna like die because we're just kind of silly together, you know. Like, we always do dumb shit. But you know, we had some people that believed in us, and Grace and were like, dude, we can't let our constituents down. Like, we got to do this. We can't die. And this was the first real fresh hardcore, you know, the real first real fresh hardcore server in our mind. Sorry if I'm like just rambling on and on, but I'm remembering things at random times. So it felt as real and visceral as it can possibly feel in our brain because it's our first time, first everything, first. And yes, we had this big macro plan on how Road to Rag was supposed to go. But you kind of get tunnel vision as we're getting closer and closer to D-Day. That Grays and I were just like locking in and trying to be selfish and be like, dude, we just need to survive as a duo. And we had kind of like alleviated the responsibilities of like, we don't have to actually do anything ourselves. Like, it was all planned out, and Grays and I just have to survive and get ahead of the pack. And we had this whole plan that we were going to do every dungeon in the game together as a 5-man squad with Tactics and Tommy. So setting the bar high, right? They're like the goats of speedrunning. And then Duranosaur was down because it was a 5th. So all of this had to go according to plan. 0 deaths, 0 everything. We wanted to fulfill this dungeon draft. Boom. D-Day hits. We come out of the gate. We had already done maybe like a dozen different speed runs, just up to like 20 in the Night Elf area, because I went Hunter and Grays went Druid, right? And it was just like a well-oiled machine, you know, like we executed our plan. We were able to pull ahead of the pack. And I remember distinctly like one moment, and I wish I could access these streams, but I can't. Like, for something got bugged out with them where like I can see the file in YouTube, but when I go click it, it says like, you know, this footage is not available or whatever. It's just really, really a bummer because I would actually pay any amount just to like, go and watch that run again from the start. But we did it, right? We got ahead of the pack in, you know, Heldrasil. And we get out to the docks, and we cross over into Aberdeen. And it's open. There's no one there. No one there. It's literally just Grays and me. And just that feeling, it was exhilarating, right? Because we're starting to do our arc there in Aberdeen. We start killing the crabs and going through the motions. And the death alert is going off, like Soken says, like a Gatling gun. It's literally like pop, 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 pop. Maybe not quite that fast, but it's like every 2 seconds there's a death. And it was so immersive in a way, right? Because it feels like people are just getting mowed down out here. Like, everyone's hitting the beach together, and people are just getting are just getting mowed down, right? And it was kind of like distracting. It was going off so fast that it was like almost a defense mechanism. Like you just get tunnel vision, you don't worry about it, you don't think about it, you don't look who's dying, you know. We had like a general sense of where Tommy and Tactics were at. They ended up dying early though. I remember Tommy started doing some Tommy Salami thing, and he like pulled Hogger at like level 2 or something stupid, and they ended up dying and restarting. But it all worked out, and there's a good chance that that was probably the most fun I ever had playing WoW, that whole run, because we did, in fact, do every dungeon in the game together. All 5 of us, and we all dinged around the same time. That was the run, keep in mind. Just to bring you guys back, that was the run where Joker died at the tomb at like level 50 whatever. Like Joker had actually wasn't washed, and he was going to be world first again, and he was like crushing it, right? And like we had every streamer under the sun playing in this community made game mode, and it was still community made at the time because it wasn't a real hardcore server. It was just a self-imposed challenge at scale. Joker ended up dying in his 50s at Uther's tomb, and Tactics and Tommy ended up getting world first 60 on that Psalm, and they did it at the tomb where Joker died. You guys remember it now, right? Like you just remember the Wowhead posts. I'm just casting the stage back. Like these are the type of things, right? This is just like one chapter of like hardcore. Granted, a big chapter, but like if done properly, you can tell the hell of a story, dude. Hell of a story. So much happened, right? Like I remember the first time even just getting introduced to the concept of like, you know, just Corone and some of the you know, the grief tech they were coming out with and stuff like that, and just, you know, meeting internally and just my heart sinking like, oh shit, this is bad. It's gonna be bad, because not only are these guys griefers, not only are they like pretty good at griefing, but they're like content. They're like, they know how to make some content too out of it. This is gonna be a headache, right? It really ended up being a headache. Like, but like you know, I remember pretty vividly too when it was like I'm trying to think of an analogy. Basically, when Alex linked up with the griefers, it was like fucking Lord Voldemort got like recruited into like the fucking into Slytherin or whatever. I'm trying to think of like a, you know, an analogy, but it was like the perfect collab in the worst way possible, right? Like you take in someone who has very specific strengths with, you know, like this like little like dark organization that also had other strengths that were very complementary. And yeah, they fucked shit up, dude. They really did. They really did. I can say all this now because it's all so far behind. It's so far behind us, but it was now in hindsight, it's kind of all like not comical, but it's like interesting because this all was part of it. And you need drama. You need you know, that's what makes a good story, you know. And because there's a happy ending, it makes it so much easier that this stuff all happened, and it actually almost becomes kind of cool. But in my mind, that happy ending wasn't secured. Like the happy ending really with hardcore was getting hardcore servers, was getting official Blizzard support and having them actually ban the griefers. Like you have to understand, when all this griefing was happening and all that, like that was not confirmed at all. Right? So this was just a community thing. It was just smoke and mirrors. You guys gonna play TBC? Uther's Tomb, Rip. What's up, Lion Gaming? Good to see you, bro. You did that, and my 5-man group was me, Boka, Sarth, and Hosey. Oh, what up, Winky? Good to see you. We're gonna shoot that documentary thing today, bro? I remember, yeah. Sarth, Hosey, Boka had a trio, and they died like a bazillion times. They came up with so many ways to grief the community, too. Yeah. The one thing I will say, though, and I know Winky hard disagrees. I know Grace hard disagrees. And I'm not that much of like, you know, like a moralist. I don't have some, you know, I'm not like a highly ethical human being, really. Like, I don't really care much about lots of social issues and stuff like that. But I will say that I do 100% believe in my heart of hearts now, even all things considered, that like appeals and like grief appeals were 100% needed. We wouldn't have hardcore servers without them. It was 100% needed the whole time, and we actually did our best. And I feel that's probably like the most selfless thing we did, like as a community, for the community, was having to do the appeals and all that. No one wanted to do that. I didn't even do that many, honestly. I probably only did a handful. People like Jordy and some of the people in the Discord that actually were like, you know, hard carrying that stuff. But man, we did need that. Like, telling you, dude, the wind would have actually been taken out of people's sails if they were getting griefed and someone just drops an inferno on them. There's nothing they can do, and their character is actually dead. Like, and you know, so I do think it was good. It was 100% like needed the whole time, and I'm really glad we did it. And I actually think we like fought tooth and nail to try to like keep the community above water. And I also think that that is an underappreciated thing. Because you ask any random Joe Schmo from Bloodsail or whatever, like a lot of them are just gonna say like, nah, the appeals were cringe. It's so easy to say that. I promise you, they were needed. Yo, you know another one too? I hope Winky tells the story. Anybody remember Bitcoin? Anybody remember Bitcoin, dude? I was there every step of the way, dude. I was there, like, you know, it was this dude who was like super unhinged. Bitcoin. Him and Esquire got into it. I think it was during Road to Rag, wasn't it? It was during Road to Rag. Two big ego mages at Goshek Farm, of all places. Goshek Farm. Competing for the same spot. Of course, bro. Of course it's gonna be drama. Always is, right? So they had this drama. You know, I don't know if this shit is interesting to you guys or not, but he ended up being like the big villain at the time, right? And just like all day, every day, kiting Teramis, doing everything, just full on degeneracy. That's in the doc. Blockchain Andy versus Esquire. Yes, dude. Appeals 100% needed. Yeah. I probably did over 1K appeals, and welcome back. Yo, what up, Crix? Good to see you, dude. It's kind of fun talking about this stuff, though, with hardcore, huh? 329 people here in Twitch. Yo, it's touching. Thank you guys for being here, for real. I love this. I love this so much. Come up with questions. Ask me questions, guys, about hardcore or about anything, really. I'm just going to go take a leak really quick, and then I'll be back. But come up with questions. Let's keep the conversation going. It's good to see you, Chris. Good to see you, Winky. Winky, you want to do the documentary today? You're going to come over in a bit? I'll be right back, though. 1 second. All right, I'm back. What do you think of TBC HC snapshotting at 60 as a checkpoint and whatnot? Snapshotting at 60 as a checkpoint for TBC hardcore? I don't think you need to, bro. I don't think you need to, because the thing is, if you die on hardcore, like you can transfer. I really like the system they have right now, where you can just transfer to the normal realm. You know, I'm just gonna knock on this dude's window. Cargo's when you want me there. Whenever, bro. Just come right now. What was I gonna say though? I thought of something. You know what I thought of, guys? Actually, Road to Rag was the original OnlyFangs, right? And this could have been, when I look back on Road to Rag, this could have been actually one of the things we misplayed on. We should have been more content pilled. Okay? The content really was there in the leveling portion of it. It was there. Big time it was there. It was S tier, S+++ tier content. It was so freaking good. I actually wish I could go back. I would pay money to go back and see what it must have been like for as a viewer, just to watch it all happening. But when it became to the rating, you remember when people were like spamming like road to reset Kekel and like Joker's chat, and like basically it was kind of like boring for people because we took it too seriously. Like there was like where OnlyFans like pretty much was way more silly with it. Like it was way too serious. It was, oh, yo, Tiberius HC gifting 5 subs. My God, that's amazing, brother. Thank you so much. That's a huge gesture of support. I really appreciate it. The subs mean a lot right now, guys. So I'm just getting started again. That's a name that's been around for a hot minute. Tiberius, good to see you, dog. As a viewer, you have had that bomb internet connection, bro. 50 streams open, crash my shit all the time. Dude, we got a little sub train going. We got Donowin in here. 19 months of support. Good to see you, Donowin, as well. All these people, by the way, Tiberius, Donowin, they were here for it. They were here for it, man. It's crazy the impact that hardcore had on people's lives, myself included. Like this little weird game mode that we made together was like a really big deal for people. Like people, it felt like home for a lot of people, and you know, people care about it more than they should. Like people got tattoos of the logos and just like, you know, it's their whole it was a big deal for them, and it makes me happy, right, that we were able to create something that like a lot of people hold very special to their heart, like just all of it. And Winky being able to do this documentary, it means a lot to me, to be honest. You know, I might cry watching that. It's just putting a bow on it, really. It's because no one really has before. Just taking that whole time period, everything, every milestone, telling the story in like a very like cinematic way, and then just putting a bow on it, leaving it there for people to like watch and enjoy. Like I said before, HC was some of the most fun I've had doing anything. Yeah, me too, dog, because it was so fresh, it was so real. It felt like we were like kind of onto something, right? Like, how deep does the rabbit hole go? Like, can you actually play vanilla in its entirety with one life? Like, does this game mode crumble at some point? Like, at some point, does it not work? The stars had to align, right? And they did. Like, turns out you can play the whole game. Just different. It just changes it. Yeah. Good to see you, TBC, WPG. The fact that it became an official game mode is actually insane and underappreciated for how insane it is. Yeah. No, it really is, Statics. And only some people like you would really know that. You know, because you know, once something is established, it's so easy to think like, oh, it was bound to happen. Of course, it's a great idea. You know, hardcore modes exist in other games and stuff, right? But if you truly knew the trajectory, how it all basically started and how it ended up, and if you, I don't know if he's going to be allowed to tell this story, so I'm not even going to tell it. But if you actually knew, like, how low chance it was to actually get it approved as a project, I honestly hope, Blizzard is able to, I hope Blizzard is able to chime in on it officially. Now that it is official, and in their mind it's a big success, right? It's like, dude, I remember for the first time, like a year before it launched or whatever, hearing about it for the first time, that a real hardcore server existed. And like, you know, the person I was talking to at the time was like, I'm logged in right now. I'm literally in the Barrens right now. This is a real hard-coded hardcore server. And just, I couldn't tell anybody. Man. I was so excited. I was going crazy. Like, yeah. Yo, Drux IDD with the Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. So many subs today. So much love, so much support. Happy Sunday, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. All right, let's see. Vanilla Fiend. Cool name. Cargos, I was thinking about when you said you wanted a fresh way to experience this game, and I came up with a new challenge. You'd basically play unorthodox specs and race class combos to prove the flexibility of vanilla WoW gameplay and break away from the min-max mentality. Balanced Druid, Destro Lock, Prot Warrior. Yeah, the thing is, Vanilla Fiend, like, I feel you, dude. But even those specs, they're not even bad. Like there are no specs in vanilla. Like there really aren't. Like it's very fluid in that way because of the consumables and buffs all evening it out, right? And like balanced druid under the right conditions is insane. Like as a duelist, and what really defines a balanced druid? How many points do you need in the balanced tree for you to be considered a balanced druid? Like it's all very fluid and flexible. And I think Destro Warlock, and I'm thinking Drake Dog, I'm thinking DGs, that actually ends up being your role more than like SL or Affliction or whatever. Destro actually ends up being like probably the most desirable playstyle to have in chronically in PvP and stuff like that, right? Like all the weird little specs that you can play as well. Like if you have Black Book and you go,
Be
remember
your
that,
back, Karg. We miss you.
anybody remember that Succubus Black Book spec where you get this trinket? Was it an offhand or a trinket? Black Book. It's this random item from BWL that like increases your pet damage like crazy. And Succubus has the highest right click damage, right? So you like use a Succubus with the Black Book, and you get full world buff on the Succubus. And it was like simming really good actually. At least at one phase. Whenever like I think it was when it was like ZG was out. ZG was like freshly out. I remember messing with it, like, but that's kind of demo. Like you're literally splashing into demo. So I mean that's why I love vanilla, just the nature of the beast with all that. Yo, more dots, another sub. Appreciate it very much, guys. Big sub train today. A lot of support, a lot of love in the chat. Great to be back with you guys. Like I said, if you're tuning in the stream, you just tuned in recently, I am an ancient relic of the WoW community, the hardcore community. I took a lot of time off, a lot of time doing other ventures and projects, but I do miss it. I'm excited for TBC to run it back as well, so I'm planning on getting back into it, streaming about 4 hours a day. I got, turns out there is one more arc at least for the little Cargo's saga, so I'm excited to get back into it with you guys. So this is stream number 2 since I reopened this can of worms. Appreciate you guys. It's scaled with Felguard and TBC too. Oh yeah, that was a fun spec. That Felguard spec. I think phase 1 TBC? There was like a small brief window of time where it was the best spec. It simmed the highest or whatever, and you were super tanky and stuff too. And then it ended up becoming like Destro or whatever. But pretty fun while it lasted. Yeah, phase 1. Yeah. Just came in. Frontier 2, is Ampi going to lead it again, or is it something different? Yeah. What's up, Shady MMO? Frontier is going to be led by the man, the myth. Is it fair to say, is he the most... What is Ampi? Is he the most respected raid leader in all of... Obviously not WoW, because retail's got like these like super tryhard guilds and stuff, but in Classic, is Ampi like the GOAT raid leader of Classic now? Before it was what's that guy's name? The Apes guy. Lincoln. With the blonde dude. And Lottie was up there and all that, but Kungan. Oh yeah, Kungan's still, yeah. Oh yeah, Mytos. I would say yes. Yeah, he is the GOAT. Most famous. It's kind of... Alondo could be too. Is Alondo a raid leader type though? I actually don't know much about him, but from what I feel like he's like kind of quiet. He's like a pumper. I never saw him as like some like big command presence, leadership Andy like raid leader type. But he's clearly like super try hard and insane at the game. Probably be fine at it. I actually never really met that guy for all these years. Ampi across multiple classes too. And the thing, to my mind at least, that really sets Ampi apart from anyone I've ever seen raid leading and all that is there's a comic relief about him. There's like a silliness to Ampi. As good as he is at the game, he has insane situational awareness. He is, truly comprehensive with his understanding of the game and mechanics and all that. he still seems very kind of like silly and chill and is able to joke around. And basically he makes a really hard task actually in reality look easy. You know what I mean by that? Like just making it look easy. But in reality it's actually not easy. And that's what I like about him as well, you know. He is a true like he's the best ambassador possible for my favorite game that I love so much. You know, more so than myself or anyone else really, because he's also one of that first of that new wave, that new whose parents played WoW growing up. People like Tommy and stuff too. They're kind of in the same boat. They're that new age of like classic WoW gamer that are insane at the game because they grew up with it, but they still get it. Like they still get why the OGs played this game. You know, their parents were the OGs, and now they've like now they're playing it. But yeah, it's really cool to see how like he's really like come into his own shell. You know, like he's still like introverted kind of, but way less than before. Damn, bro, he ain't a donut. You got to glaze? No, I will glaze Ampy up all day and all night. You can tell him, bro. You can clip that. But Ampy's a donut to me. Yeah. Let me check in with YouTube chat. Let's see how YouTube's doing. Happy to see you're back, bro. Good to see you, Steven. Leveling a mage on Night Slayer. Haven't played Classic in forever. Nice, man. Right there with you. Hopefully they allow people to make alliance characters again. Wait, what am I doing here? I still need to rescue Togthar. Togthar needs rescuing. Togthar. So what are the plans for TBC? Join late. I'm stoked for TBC. Night Slayer seems to be the server. Leveling up here. Hopefully have a bunch of characters ready for TBC. I don't think it's smart to you know, like over-invest really in any one character. I'd rather just have more characters for TBC and try to make one like super good. At the same time, there's merit in investing pretty heavily into one because some of the items in vanilla actually last a while. You know, like that phylactery from Kel'Thuzad ends up being like the Bis trinket for like, I want to say it's like almost Bis game for TBC if you're fighting like demons or like undead and stuff like that. But yeah, just you know, I'm stoked for arena. I want to try something different as well, but I don't think I'm gonna go warlock again. I'm thinking about maining rogue. So that'll be cool. Shoulder enchants are Abyss in TBC 2. That's right. They're like the only shoulder enchant or something. Gonna be Horde for TBC again? Or too far out to know, really? Not sure. I mean, I'd like to be Alliance because it really, especially in twos, like it's a big deal. With that perception and stuff. But I'm not tripping. I'll probably end up playing both. What's the server Doomhowl can go to for TBC? It's the PvE realm. That's what Grace told me. It's the PvE realm. Dream Site. Wish a big streamer would do Ellie like Grace did. Are you saying for vanilla or TBC? You saying vanilla or TBC? Because Ellie sounds so fun in vanilla. But in TBC, how is Ellie Shaman? Is it good? It's not really like in arena. I'm pretty sure it's a meme. If you see Ellie, like you kind of get happy. All right, we rescued Togthar. Togthar rescued. All right, Creeper Icker. TBC, you have to have one Ellie in your raid. All right, guys. Here's a challenging question for you. Pick one version of the game and pick one phase within that version, and that is your favorite. That is your favorite slice of WoW ever. So, for example, it could be Phase 1 TBC. It could be Phase 6 TBC. It could be Phase 3 Vanilla. Or the phases would be considered like, you know, for Phase 1 of Vanilla would be, you know, TBC, or be, you know, like Prebis, MC, all that. Phase 2 would be, yeah, just PWL, I guess. No ZG. Phase 2 would be like ZG. TBC Phase 1. Black Temple TBC, that's a good one too, yeah. That's a good choice. TBC pre-patch. Interesting. TBC pre-patch, huh? Nothing beats AQ40 vanilla. Yeah. They got me. Yo, what's up, Tato J? How you doing? Literally everything beats AQ40. Yeah. I don't know. AQ has I don't know if it's the same for you guys. Like, I appreciate AQ more and more now. I used to think the aesthetic was my least favorite and it was like very bland and stuff, but it's pretty cool actually. I like it. The purples, the pinks, the sand, the ambience, the noise, the buzzing. I actually think it's like a pretty like rich and flavorful thing in its own right. And the gear, even the gear too, is kind of cool. And you know, I always thought the trash in AQ was a huge pain, but I've heard some people like, you know, just have different perspectives on it. Actually, it's some of the most fun trash, and well, it's legit, man. Yeah, Egyptian theme. Yeah. Egyptian theme. Gotta fish for the trash. Watlook of Phase 2. What's up, Fat McAfee? Yo, Carlos, good to see you still streaming. I played on that vanilla WoW server with you 6 months ago, but quit. A vanilla WoW server 6 months ago? Bro, I don't think I played on a vanilla WoW server 6 months ago. What was it called? Maybe it was an imposter. But yeah, I'm stoked for TBC. Last private server I played was Everlook, I think. Someone impersonating Carbozark. Yeah. Yo, there is something. Are there some aspects of private servers that you guys miss though? There are some things, like even when Everlook was announced, right? Like, I don't know, like I think it's like the lead up. It's the lead up to it to it coming out is pretty fun. Like the Discord growing like crazy. People talking about the server and like kind of making plans in there. I don't know, just all the way through launch, really. Like there's something like unique about it. Oh, we're talking about DD. Oh. DD, yeah, DD, the private server. Yeah, DD, the light. It was kind of a private server, though. You're right. You're right. After playing Classic, I can't play private servers. Private servers, the game just feels worse. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's kind of... You know, I remember when you were that dude for a second, Vincent, for Everlook. Like it was you and San Medina and a few people that were making content and videos about like a new up and coming private server project. Where like enough time had passed that people were actually like their mouth was watering for some vanilla again. And somehow every time, even though you think the game has been played to death, there's still like noobs. There's still new people who are asking questions like crazy, like what class is good in vanilla WoW? And the hype is forming and people have all these questions like, oh, how are you doing itemization? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? Like, looking forward to the the interviews with the developers and seeing how it's all gonna happen. Like, and so I equate it with summer, like summer private server launch, vanilla WoW private server launch. Uh, is kind of a vibe, right? Like it's announced months in advance. This summer, a new PvP server coming out. Yeah, could have made a living. My channel was exploding. I left everything on the table just to speak out against white kidney. Yeah, that's so funny, dude. The white kidney drama. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. With Everlook in particular too. Like in past servers, I was always on the outside looking in, and the community is always like speculating, right, on like what's actually happening internally, and like wishing they could be privy to these conversations, like what's happening. With Everlook, I actually somehow did get involved with like the people that were running it and like learning about what was actually happening internally, and it was weird, bro. Like it was like a look behind the curtain, and it kind of like ruined my immersion in a way. So I stopped playing Everlook. I forgot about White Kidney. Yeah. If I had to run my own private server, like what is Cargos's perfect? Okay, maybe you can clip this, Vincent. Because just everyone has their own proprietary blend of herbs and spices, right? Everyone wants something different. No one's the same. Everyone's got their own opinion, right? But my dream server, if I truly had the time and energy to fully degen, play the game as much as I would want, and I had a fresh mind for it, and like, all the circumstances were right, completely blank canvas, my personal perfect server. Let's think about this. 18-month timeline, final answer. That is what I believe at this point in time is the best timeline, where it satisfies the fresh Andes and the long-term Andes. Okay? The next thing, non-progressive itemization. Just regular ass final form itemization. The next thing, no layering. We go old school private server vibes, crank up the dynamic respawns. It goes, goes in and out. 1x. Straight up 1x. Harder, more difficult open world, which they've done on many private servers in the past, and it actually ends up just being way better. Like, you want leveling in the open world to feel exhausting, and you want the incentives to be aligned, that you want to group with people, not even necessarily because it's better XP per hour or whatever, but because it makes the world less exhausting. It's like pain relief. You want to run these dungeons with people because it's fun and it's a breath of fresh air from how tiring the world is. And that is achieved actually when you have, the correct amount of mob density, and the mobs are scaled up in a way, and that there are people ganking, because that's a part of it as well, right? You're trying to make progress on your quests and you're just getting like relentlessly ganked. That, you get to retreat into the privacy of a dungeon, and it just feels fun. Like you're in there for the right reasons, right? Get some loot, meet some people. So yeah, that's my take on the open world. Delay ZG as much as possible, because ZG in a way puts the server on a clock, right? We've talked about all this before as well. So yeah, delay ZG. I think on this server, I actually would be gun to my head pro GDKP, but at the same time, permaban if you get caught gold. If you get caught buying gold, it is a permaban, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, you're pretty much as extreme as possible, or maybe like a one strike policy. One strike. Also on this dream server, no multi-boxing allowed. You are not allowed to have a secondary account in any shape or form. And trust me, like, I can get down with that. I've done that. I do that. Like, that's just part of gaming and WoW in 2025 or whatever. But if I actually cared about a server and for the health of the server and the community, I think that's good. But that's not necessarily something I'm going to die on a hill on. Like, it's just that's what my gut says. Because people take it to an extreme, right? Like, they just get so many accounts and multi-boxing like crazy, and like just like you kind of want the game to feel homey and like a little bit like how it was, you know. What do you think about this though? Other factors of the server. Ranking. With regard to ranking, rank gear at the start. Maybe actually, hold up. Rank gear. Ranking starts. Nah, ranking starts from it starts normal. Yeah. Ranking isn't from the start. Trust me, bro. I'm not saying this lightly. I promise you. I'm not like a surface level Andy. I swear on my life I'm thinking about every implication when I say this. Ranking from the start and the gear from the start. Promise you, bro. I promise you. Yes, the gear is good, but it takes a long time to get it. And if you get it and you actually are a Gen 1 ranker, enjoy, dude. Enjoy. Like, that's a big deal. That's awesome that you're able to accomplish that, right? But I would soften the ranking system a bit. It's not going to be just completely out of the box normal rank 14 PvP system. It will be something a little bit more similar to SOM. I'd probably take, you know, that double decay out because they did double RP, double decay. And I would try to massage it a little bit to align the incentives so that people aren't incentivized to screw each other over. Like, just a little bit less incentive to try to break and cause chaos and stuff like that. But still, the PvP system set up in a way where it's worth it, and it's people want to get together, form a PvP Discord, manage the brackets. It's like different waves and classes of people working their way through the system. And yeah, like, I think that's a really big part of vanilla that's like underserved and like can be really fun. It just has to be massaged a little. And then I think as far as what else is there? Bracket breaking drama. Like, I do think there should be a reason to break. Like, there's a possibility of breaking, and there would be a reason to do it. But actually, just straight out of the box, normal standard issue ranking system, it's too far. Like, it's too worth it. You know. In SOM, there's something called like mark bombing as well, where you could like store up these marks, and everyone basically had like a nuclear button, where it was almost like checks and balances. It's like you're walking into a bar in the Wild Wild West and everybody's got a pistol on their hip. So everyone has one card up their sleeve if they just want to go fully unhinged nuclear and screw everyone over. I don't know if there's a way to put that in on the server, but I enjoyed that aspect to it. Like, everyone had the nuclear button. So like everyone who's ranking, like during SOM at least, you would try to just save up a ton of marks, and everyone's kind of bluffing, right? Like, yo, I got like 600 marks saved up. Don't fuck with me. Like, this is my week. Like, but that's not in the game anymore. Like, they took that out. You can't like mark bomb break brackets anymore. But yeah, I mean, I think the ideal setup is because the people who would run the brackets on the server, like, it's kind of on them to determine like how much effort goes into bracket 1, bracket 2, bracket 3. Like, if I was the bracket manager, right, and like everyone was playing ball on the server, ideally I think like the respectable amount of work is like 18 hours a day. You put in 18 hours a day, whatever like the honor is for that 18 hours a day on your bracket 1 week or whatever, like that's good. Like, you're earning that blood, sweat, and tears, and like you set the bracket 1 at that. It's not like too crazy, you know. You don't have to do that all the time. It's just like on those couple weeks that you need it. You know what I mean? But everything, so it is a hardcore, sweaty, degenerate grind, but not like too much. Yeah. Bro, don't play WoW, change your life first. It's weird when you hit 60th anniversary now and half the people in every raid are just R14. Yeah. No, it's true. That I could see that being really weird. But at the same time, the 14 gear isn't everything. Like, right now, if you guys are playing Anniversary, I'm sure you have like plenty of rank 14s in your raids that are just like blue parsers or not even performing that well, even though they have the gear. It's definitely possible, right? Like, even just a lot of stuff you get out of like ZG and stuff like that is like, it can be similar. Like the gear is worse on paper, but there's just like a lot of RNG with like parsing and stuff like that. So like you can just still lose to people in way worse gear. It's not like rank 14 gear, you're just
Strength,
always the best no matter what.
blood, and thunder.
Is this the HE tune or are you playing this Rogue in TBC? Yeah, it's just a normal tune. I think I'm gonna go Rogue in TBC. That's where my headspace is at right now. What's up, Shorty? How you doing? Shorty Love? Shorty Love X?
I am forsaken.
Yeah, that's where my head's at right now. I think I'm gonna play Rogue in TBC. Sounds pretty fun to me.
Remember, patience, discipline.
Oh man. What's up, Josh? How's it going? Yeah, it's going good. Enjoying my Sunday, playing a little WoW. Will you be playing Mop? No plans at the moment, but never say never. Oh yeah, when Dire Maul. So what do you guys think? When's the best time to release Dire Maul? Because Dire Maul it's crazy how this works, right? Okay. So we all played vanilla a ton, right? And we can all agree that the Prebis phase. Okay, let me ask you guys a simple question. Prebis and MC phase of vanilla WoW. Does it ever become boring? Yes, but honestly, after a long ass time. Trust me, bro, I've played so many servers over the years. People actually aren't bored in that phase because even when they get all their gear and stuff like that, it's kind of chill. Like they can just start farming gold, they can work on alts and stuff like that. Actually, start of like the feeling of pressure and sweat starts happening like when BWL comes out. Now you're raiding twice a week. There's just more content to clear. That's the first time that people are like not wanting to run MC anymore because they feel like they have everything. Like the community starts to get divided. It's like the first checkbox. But even before that, when Dire Maul comes out, the game changes a lot, right? The economy starts to start going crazy when Dire Maul comes out. So along this lines, is it good to delay Dire Maul for a while? I think so. No, like seriously. Server launches. You want it to feel kind of slow and chill and steady, and the gold not to be going crazy. The economy start inflating like crazy amounts, and the gear in Dire Maul is very strong as well, right? Like just a ton of stuff opens up with Dire Maul. So don't you want to enjoy that simplicity of vanilla, and for some of those items to kind of sing and for it to be chill? Dire Maul in phase 2 or 3. I don't know about that, but I think honestly like a few weeks of MC is good. Like without Dire Maul in the equation. And then Dire Maul comes out like, and I don't want to say catch up gear, but you know, a lot of servers are just released with Dire Maul out of the gate. And it's all about putting the server on a clock, right? Like just don't put it on a clock too soon. I just deleted an upgrade.
Beware the living.
Hey, real quick, check your phone. Yeah, come through, Winky. Come through even right now. I can end stream whenever. Sorry. I really hope Blizzard nails Classic Plus, but I'm not expecting it considering how balls to the wall Assad was. So let me ask you guys, because you guys are more like tuned into the community than me, honestly. What do you guys want to see out of Classic Plus? Like, where is your headspace? You guys are more of like the meat and potatoes of Classic than myself. Like, I'm just getting back into it. I don't really know where the community headspace is at. Like, I'm still living in 2019, bro. Like, did you guys think that Scarlet raid was a huge hit? Like, are you trying to see more of that? Are you trying to? You know what I had? I had a crazy thought. Oh, listen up, guys. Listen up, actually. Hold up. Type something in the chat if you're actually like there and listening to me. I don't really say smart stuff that often, but I feel like this might be a smart thing. Like, I was thinking about this today for Classic Plus. Imagine the zones had seasonality to them. So Loch Madan, you know how every zone kind of just feels like stuck in a certain vibe forever? This would be a way to add more artistry, passion, but to the zones. So Westfall could be snowy. Bro, think about that. Oh my god. Think about that. So sick, actually, dude. It's not just like 2 zones with snow in the whole game. The zones would have seasonality. Can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine? But imagine it's beautifully done. Like it feels correct. Dude, come on, man. That's a good idea, right? You know? Like not everything isn't just snapshotted in time exactly how it is. Dude, what does Dunmoreau look like in summer? You know? What does Dunmoreau look like in summer? What does Winter Spring look like in summer? What does Stormwind look like when it's snowing? Can we get a version of Stormwind where it's snowing and you turn the corner on the block and you see like some gray snow because it's all the foot traffic, and you see footprints and you see the snow pushed to the side on the streets? Come on, man. Come on. I'm telling you, that would be Classic Plus for me. That would be so cool. Darker nighttime. What's up with 1440 by 60 streaming quality output? You think it's better than 1080p by 60? I mean, yeah, it's probably better. I'm not the biggest brain when it comes to that stuff. It's higher resolution, but at the same time, you know, someone like Tactics might be like, oh, you're actually technically losing out on a lot of viewers because it's like a high resolution, people can't watch it. But I've seen this idea on Reddit a few times, but I don't really know how to form my own opinion. What do you guys think about Classic, but on patch 243? You're saying with the 243 talents and stuff? At that point, why not just make it TBC though? Like, what are we really gaining there? I guess I see what you mean, because you're still doing the 60 content and all the raids and stuff like that. You're doing, but you would be so strong. Like you'd have to scale up all the raids like crazy to match at the power level. Yeah, like TBC pre-patch. We did see that for a second though, Tree Rain. But like you could go to TBC pre-patch and like think about that and how that was, right?
Victory for Sylvanas.
But that would truly get me excited for a Classic Plus, nerdy stuff like that, to see all my favorite zones. Almost, dude, how many versions of each zone could you have? Fall, spring, winter, summer. You could have 4 versions of every iconic, beloved, treasured zone in original Azeroth. They don't have to be all wildly different and stuff, but you know, I'm just looking at the map, right? Like, just think about every zone, the potential of it having snow on it. You know, just that on a baseline, or I don't know. Some wouldn't. I mean, and you try to model it after real world. Like, well, okay, if it's summer in Kalimdor, would it be winter in Eastern Kingdoms? Like, is it far enough apart where it would be like that? So there's always some seasonality going on, or would all of it go together? You know? I don't know. Imagine Westfall with the wind elementals, but in winter. 100%. Go back to the... hold on. What do we have here? Block of Gin. Besseleth. Yeah, let's go back Crossroads. Is Azeroth a globe or flat Earth? Link the tank tops, young bull. Yeah, it's just like, honestly, if you just like go to Amazon and type in like stringer tank top, it's just, you'll see it. There's not many of them. But once I find something that works for me, I don't know if you guys are the same way. I like it. I like the fit. I like how it is. I just order like 50 of it. Yo, thank you, Doomshot. I appreciate it. Ooh, get a little gift from the homie Doomshot. A spectral necklace of agility, 6 agi. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Whoa. Another gift too. The streamer bennies. I appreciate that very much. 100 gold. Massive, dude. Rice tech. Thank you, man. whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're in the Twitch chat. A true Scarface come up story. Reestablishing ourselves. Yo, one's in the chat if you play Night Slayer, by the way. Where's the Night Slayer gang at? Where's the Night Slayer crew? You guys like the server? How is this server? You guys like it? I have like 60 black teas, all I need. Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need. I'm happy to be a dude in some ways like that where it's actually super just dress. Like we don't really have too much going on with it. It's the same styles. Been wearing the same style since high school. I think it's protein shake time. Yo, what's your guys' go-to protein shake? For me, it's the Premier Protein. Costco. Everything Costco is the most cost efficient. Protein shake, 100% worth it. Like you may feel bad, like, oh, I'm drinking my calories, right? Thing is, okay, if you're just drinking probably like 3 to 4 protein shakes a day, and let's say you're getting like 120 grams of protein from that, like your just level of hunger and your cravings are so much better. Like your hunger levels are way down, and your unhinged cravings to go eat like Jack in the Box at like 1 a.m. or like Taco Bell at 1 a.m. It doesn't happen. So it's worth it, even if you drink like 400 or 500 calories. So worth it. And you know the technology is so good now that they taste really good. Tastes really good now. There's strawberries and cream flavor. Roasted chicken, yeah. Rotisserie chicken is one of the biggest hacks of just living life in terms of cost efficiency. Okay, the most cost-effective thing you can eat in all of society, at least in the U.S. I don't know if it's like this in Europe. You guys don't have Costco in Europe, do you? Most cost-effective way to survive off food is Costco hot dog. Best in class. You don't even have to eat the bun. You just go there, order like 4 hot dogs. Yeah, you might get like sodium poisoning, but Costco hot dog, unparalleled value. But up there is just the straight up rotisserie chicken. So filling. I can't even finish a rotisserie chicken. Like a full one? No way. And you just feel so full. It's so cheap. It's probably like $7 or something like that. Here we go with the Costco hot dog. Last time I talked about Costco hot dogs, I was playing hardcore. I was right here and I died to these hyenas. Remember that? Gotta be careful. It's happening again. He's texting. Lizzie, dinner can't be built. Nah, man, love you guys on Night Slayer, but I'm on Dream Scythe. Always use Optimum Nutrition. I got the 10-pound bag, super inexpensive and good quality. Oh yeah, Optimum Nutrition is a classic. Been around forever, man. Been around forever. Optimum Nutrition. That's like borderline nostalgic for me. That's the first protein powder I ever had, actually. It was chocolate version, Optimum Nutrition, Gold Edition Whey Standard, or whatever it was called. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I lied. The first protein shake protein I ever had was it had like the bright red packaging. They made NO explode. Do you guys remember that? I think it was called like BSN Nutrition or something like that. They were kind of like janky though. Like the quality wasn't the best. It was cheaper. They had some kind of protein shake. Yeah, Synthesix. Yes, dude. Synthesix. Yes, that was the first one, dude. That was like freshman year. Synthesix. I discovered clear whey protein iced tea recently. Whoa, dude. Clear whey. You know that reminds me of that like whey isolate stuff that's like a juice and has like 50 grams. Yeah. Bro, where can I get those swords? They look so cool. All these low-level swords kind of look the same. They have like the same model. They do look pretty cool though, yeah. Sword of Corruption. Iron Patch Blade. Oh, you know, fiery weapon is so cheap on this server, though. I will say. You know, if you were to buy fiery on like a normal server, you know, it's probably like market price, 40 gold, 50 gold. So cheap for some reason. It's the small radiant shards for some reason are so cheap. So between that and the essence of fire, whatever, was like 2 gold. So I think I spent like 10 gold per fire enchant, maybe less. Muscle milk, yeah, muscle milk's still around. Muscle milk. Any beef jerky lovers? Any beef jerky lovers in the chatty? I'm a huge beef jerky guy. Too bad it costs $9 million per bag. $9 million per bag. That's the actual price. What's up, Fromy TV, though? Good to see you, man. First time in the chat. With like 2 pieces in the bag, yeah. Imagine putting relish on a hot dog. Yeah, I mean, I love my toppings on a hot dog. I enjoy them all. There's nothing like a hot dog when you're hammered at like 2 a.m., right? And you go and they have like the guy making the hot dog on the street, right? With the little grill, and he's got grilled onions on it. And he just loads it up with like ketchup, mustard, grilled onions, everything he's got, right? Bell peppers. That's a vibe, but I like just eating hot dog plain as well. I just like the taste of hot dogs. Yeah. Jack 3D, yes, Jack 3D. I don't want to say it was the original pre-workout, but it was one of the first, and it was probably the very first like really effective one. Yeah, it was Jack 3D came out the same time Four Locos came out, because I remember it was the same year. That's my freshman year for you. Playing Halo, it was Halo 3, I think it was out, or one of the Halos came out. Just going out, going into New Haven, going to Toad's Club, lifting for the first time with my roommate, who was an absolute unit Giga Chad, and I was just like a little skinny shrimp, and he was just helping me, guiding me. Yeah, drinking Four Locos and Jack 3D. Four Locos were insane. They have like a new version of Four Locos now. They look they're kind of short. They're kind of stout little things, and they're like weird, funky looking colors. I've never tried them. I feel they look like they have lots of sugar in them. But I feel like that's what the Zoomers are drinking these days. Pre-nerf Four Loko, yeah, pre-nerf, yeah. Those were the days. Pre-nerf Jack 3D was also. Yeah, everything pre-nerf was better. Damn FDA, man. Always gotta ruin our fun. Hey, bro. Love to see you stream and hope it all is well. What's up, Oblio? Thanks, brother. White Lightning. Our Bahe Goat. How you doing, brother? All right, we killed Serena. What else can we do? Should we go Stone Talon? Jack 3D was crazy from the start. You got all jittery. Yeah, those were the days. Imagine getting affected by caffeine. I wish. I'm so fried in the head. They probably still sell. That's so funny. I can imagine like a YouTube video or like a short or something of somebody like opening like an OG Jack 3D just to try it out, do a review of it. Way too easy to drink for young kids. Yeah. I think they made Four Locos remove the caffeine because people were dying. Beef jerky has surprisingly good stats for you. Oh yeah, 100%. Yo, what are some of the healthiest go-to snacks you guys do? You know, because sometimes you just crave carbs and there's no way around it, and you just like have to eat the carbs, and you know your body, you just know yourself, right? Like you're about to do something degenerate, and you're just trying to mitigate. You're in full on damage control. You know, mitigate how unhinged you're gonna be. For me, one of my go-tos is popcorn. Actually, I mean, it is just straight up carbs, right? But like for some reason, the macros on it aren't like too bad. Like it tastes and feels like it should have more calories than it does. You feel me? You know, you can just eat like a gigantic bag of it, and it's, you know, it's bad, but you only probably eat like 500 calories or something like that. Popcorn. I mean, beef jerky is up there, but the only problem is it costs $9 million, like I said. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else is good? What else is good? For me, honestly, like just lattes. You know, milk actually has a lot of calories, but the macros are like not bad. Like it's kind of balanced in and of itself, just like regular whole milk. You know, if I drink a latte, like it satisfies me deeply. I feel like I kind of like drank like a milkshake or something. And you know, you're only in the hole for like maybe 200 or something like that. Nuts are OP. I have a problem with nuts, Dr. Knot. I got a nut problem, dude. I got a big nut problem. Like, I love nuts too much. They're so good, dude. I love nuts, especially cashews. Raw cashews. Raw. I love raw nuts, dude. Raw nuts in my mouth. The texture. So good, dude. Raw cashews for real, though. Anyone ever have raw cashews? They're so much better than roasted. Like, I'm no joke. Dude, I'm just being honest. Raw nuts are just phenomenal. Phenomenal, dude. Raw. Who's had ones in the chat if you had raw cashews? It's not even close. They're so much better than the roasted ones. No, I'm not talking like honey roasted. I'm talking just like regular roasted cashew. Like it has like kind of a waxy texture and mouthfeel to the nuts. Like they just feel so good in your mouth, dude. These the raw nuts just feel so good. I don't know. Raw cashews in particular, man. Do you like clean nuts? Yeah, I only eat clean nuts. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dirty nuts. Yeah, I'm just saying. But no, but for real, dude, I do really like nuts. It's a problem. I can eat too much of it. Like, I get a big bag of raw cashews from Costco, and I'll eat, you know, 1,200 calories worth of it in like 2 seconds. What did you play in TBC in the past besides Warlock, or is that your main? Yeah, Warlock was my main in Arena. What else? I think I played some other stuff too. I played Warrior. Yeah, I played a lot of Warrior actually. I enjoyed the playstyle of Warrior. Those are really the two. What's your diet like every day right now? It's not great. I feel like I look better than I'm eating at the moment. Like, this is my average day, right? Wake up, have like 2 coffees, and sometimes I'll do lattes, sometimes I'll just do like, you know, cold brew or iced coffee with some cream in it. Then I'll usually go to the gym 9 a.m., do a class, hit class. Then I'll play pickleball after till about, you know, like noon, or drill or whatever. And then I'll do some like work. Maybe I'll eat something at noon sometimes if I'm feeling hungry, and I'll just kind of eat like one big meal. It could be like Mongolian barbecue, it could be sushi, it could be hot pot, it could be whatever, but I'm not that clean with it. Then I'll just do some actual like real work for a bit. And then usually towards the evening, I'll have some of my protein shakes. I'll like look at it and be like, oh man, I really didn't eat much protein today. I gotta like supplement. So I'll just start like having some more protein stuff, and then try to be as clean as I can with the dinner, like have a salad or something like that. And that's generally it. But I'll have a couple. The reason why my diet's not the cleanest is in the evening time, I'll have a couple drinks. You know, I'm in the process of getting divorced, so you can imagine, dude. You know, it's not a fun process. So I'll probably have like 2, you know, I'll probably drink like 4 times a week, but not like complete unhinged drinking. Like 2 drinks, you know, a couple beers or something like that. Maybe like a Tito's soda. But having that at night is really bad for any kind of gains or anything like that. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I'll wake up the next morning and be like, oh, I surely griefed myself. And I'm like, it's all right. You know, I haven't been making like much gains really. Yeah. But like, you know, I'm very active, I guess is my saving grace. Like I'm on my feet like all day. And, you know, either playing pickleball or doing something like that. I think it's like my saving grace. What's up, Haugen? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. A couple of drinks are not the end of the world. You should cut yourself some slack.
Hello, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope you're right. You know, like the fitness community and stuff. Like, they people get really hard on it. You know, have you noticed that? Like, yo, they make it seem like if you have like a couple drinks at night, like you're just massively griefing, like protein synthesis, everything. Like everything is so bad. But basically, the way if you're gonna drink, the way you should do it is you should try to eat super clean during the day, and then like budget your carbs for the day into those drinks. You know what I mean? And that's like your guilty pleasure of the day. Those drinks, you just plan for it like that. You know you're gonna have them at night. And then you just drink a ton of water after. And the hardest part of it all, though, is resisting the urge to eat after you have those drinks at night. Because I don't know what it is. There's something about alcohol that it makes you want to eat like, bad things, at least for me. Like, even just a couple drinks at night, and I really am thinking about going to Taco Bell. I'm highly considering buying, like, the Munchie box at Jack and Jock's and buying 2 of them and just smashing it, you know? Like... I still need to figure out a way to like make it easier. I think like after you drink, if you just come home and maybe just you chug like, I don't know, 3 protein shakes or something like that, just back to back to back to try to make like the hunger pain go away. That might end up being the strat. But it just, it's like you have the munchies. You know? You want to eat. Maybe it's your body's way of absorbing the alcohol better or something, but like you get the munchies after you eat. You've been going out a lot, or you mean just drinking at home? Yeah, I've been going out a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, it just I have to just stay busy. Staying busy keeps my mind from consuming itself, right? Like just talking to people, doing things. I can't sit still too long. Like I already have like giga ADHD. If I have to sit still too long, not good. I think it's default factory settings to just want to eat garbage. Alcohol lowers the barrier. True. Yeah, I'm very much a fat kid at heart, like 100%. And like, I'm envious of some of the people who have the opposite problem. You know, some of you guys might have this where you struggle to eat. Anyone have that problem? Or, you know, you're forcing stuff down because you're like, man, I should eat today. And you're like halfway through a protein bar and you're like tapping out. Man, that's the good life, bro. Dude, when me and my ex broke up, I went out too. It's hard to sit around at home, but at least you can stream and interact with us. No, for real, dude. Like, this is a big deal that I'm able to stream with you guys. Like, this is actually, like, helping me, no joke. Like, I appreciate you guys very much. Like, dude, there's 365 people on Twitch. It means the absolute world to me. Like, I can't stress that enough right now. Because I'm really not the best streamer at all. Like, I never have been. I'm not that funny. I'm not that engaging. Like, I don't really know why there's 365 people here right now, especially after taking like a long break and just all of this, but it's dope. Like, yo, I don't want to take it for granted. Like, I get to play my favorite game, a game that's like very comfy, and it just like reminds me of a simpler time, and actually have people watch me play it. I don't take the opportunity for granted, even though it's not like, you know, yeah. Yo, Zartarius, dude, what on earth is that notification? That's ridiculous. Zartarius hasn't changed his Visa card in 55 months, dude. 50-month streak of supporting me for even all the downtime of not being here and not showing up. Dude, that's crazy. Did you change your Twitch name or something? Like, man. Thank you, dude. That's my entire stream career. That guy has supported me in my entire career on Twitch and never stopped. Bro needs a refund. No joke, dude. No joke. Probably the entire life of his Visa card. It's about to expire already. He's been scrubbed. Thanks very much, man. Thanks a lot, bro. You're real and don't put on a fake personality persona when you stream like 99% of others do. People like that. Because honestly, we can relate. That's why you're my favorite streamer. Yeah. I mean, that's all I got, dude. That's all I got. I would be a way better creator though if I was able to play a character. You know what I mean? That's actually the way you're supposed to stream. You're supposed to play a character. Because then you basically have like armor up. Like no one knows who you actually are. You're just like trolling and like being funny and like that's actually how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be kind of a troll. But it's just this is never my strat. I don't know. Just can't do it.
And your passion still burning for WoW. Less than 3.
Yo, thank you. Need rounds now. I appreciate it, dog. So much love today, dude. So much support in the chat. There's so many subs. I can't thank you guys enough. Need rounds now. I've been around here from the start, dude. Day one hardcore OG right there. I remember you from Gray's channel, my channel, Winky's channel, everybody. You know everybody. You know all the same people I do, man. Thank you, brother. We got Blink 37 with the Prime as well. Nice to see you back, Argos, and your passion is still burning for a while. Yeah, man. It hasn't been there this whole time, right? Like, yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. It comes and it goes. But especially, you know, when times are tough, it's nice to have like a real comfy fallback like this, you know, like this game and this community. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that Prime Blink. We got one more as well. Got you still talk to Grays? I do. Yeah, I talk to Grays. Grays is like a little brother to me. I still talk to him. Even when I was at my like peak of not playing WoW at all, I would still check in with him actually. Like out of everybody, he's like the one guy I check in with a lot. A shirt might help too. Yo, you think I get more viewers if I have a shirt? I don't know, dude. All about the thumbnail. I bet you some people in here, like X number of people in here, click this stream because they're like, wait, what is he wearing? I can't even quite tell what he's wearing. What is that? Is that a body type 1 or a body type 2? Let me just go investigate. You know? So we get him in here. What's your in and out order if you're trying to wreak havoc? Ooh, I love that question, dude. In and out question. Oh, yo, Vovka's in here. What's up, dude? How you doing, Vovka? How are you, man? Yo, good to see you, dude. Frontier 2 hype? Yeah. No CC. What's up, man? Good to see you, dog. Vovka in here. Yo, I'm learning how to play Rogue, Vovka. Need your help. I clicked because I thought it was a bra. Oh, it's so good to see you, Vovka. Hope everything's good with you, man. Sorry to hear, dude. I'm going through the same thing, really rough, although a bit better now, 8 months in. Fuck yeah, dude. Like, yeah, so you're going through the divorce too, right? Yeah, it's a process, bro. Like, it's a process, and it's just like not fun, and it's expensive, and it's just a roller coaster, right? So, one day at a time, man. One day at a time. One day at a time. Anyway, in and out. So I'll give you my order. I'll give you my not unhinged order at In and Out. This is like, I'm trying to sustainably eat In and Out and not turn into how I used to look. Protein style. You guys heard of protein style? Protein style is actually like a secret jutsu. Like, it's not even advertised anywhere. But you can order anything protein style. So instead of a bun, they actually wrap the burger in lettuce. Yeah. So you're basically kind of eating like a lettuce, a veggie, well, not veggie burger because it's not the patty, right? But if I want to fill my stomach and feel like I'm not griefing my macros too hard, I will get 3 double doubles, protein style, no sauce, double veggies with cheese. So the cheese is effectively acting as my lubricant, because you always need some lube. And I can't just have I'm not that hardcore where I can eat a burger with no sauce and no cheese. I have to pick a poison, and cheese ends up moving the needle more in terms of satiety than sauce. So I go 3 double doubles, protein style. Extra veggies are free at In-N-Out with cheese. No fries. And I want to believe that that's not the unhealthiest thing ever. Like, that's okay. Like, that's, if you calculated that, that's probably like, I don't know, like 1,500 calories or something. All that, maybe less. Maybe less, actually. And that's pretty satisfying. That's a pretty satisfying meal. The unhinged order. Yeah, the unhinged order is still probably protein style. I'm not going to lie, though. I would just order a bunch of fries. Because I do love the In-N-Out fries. I get them you order them no salt. Because if you order fries no salt at In-N-Out, it forces them to make you a fresh batch. And then you just add the salt. It'd probably be that same order, 3 double doubles, but with sauce as well, and 4 orders of fries. Final answer. That's the unhinged order.
What's up? Keep it real.
That and I'll be like super full after that. Like I could eat all of that actually. Good, bro. You looking good. Hope you're ready for the grind. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm stoked. What are you gonna play, Boko? Rogue again? Yo, Boko. We can actually use those characters too if we make it, and we can do arena in TBC on the PvE server because they're gonna be stuck on the PvE server, right? But at least we can go like double rogue or something, man. Because you know, not many people are gonna play arena on that server, the PvE one. So do something like that for TBC. Barack Pajama. First time in the chat, cheese is probably lower in calories too. You think so? I'm becoming K Kona just listening to all these burger things. They're always fresh unless the place is dead, and it never is. Slice of cheese is like 100 calories. Mustard is bis. Yeah, mustard is bis. Okay. Guilty double rogue. Isn't the arena cross server? It is, but ultimately you need a pool of players that's playing on your native server. Wait. Unless they changed it, you can queue arena with somebody. Wait, is that true? You can queue arena. I could queue arena with someone, like twos, with someone from the PvP server. No way. I know it's cross server, like they're all connected, right? Oh! Our first PvP. Let's go. He's running. Do I have a grenade? Do I have a dynamite? I can't have a dynamite. How did I miss? Oh, he's gonna go stealth. He's got to. I have move speed on boots, so I will catch this man. And I'm following him too, so it should be. I should have the advantage, right? Sorry I have to do this to you, Terrio. I've never tasted the blood of a lions yet. He should turn and gouge me, right? He should turn and gouge me. I gotta be ready to like gouge him first. Should be able to connect here. Okay. We're pumping. Oh, we did it. We did it. 1 kill. Oh, 23. Yes, dude, we're gaming. The kick. We got pool energy. Get ready for the gouge. Oh, I have a corruption thing on him, though. My weapon. It's okay, he's dead. Yo, Night Slayer's not dead. There's World PvP, boys. Combat Rogue. Use Distract. I don't think I have Distract. I don't have much yet. I got Sleeping Dust. Killed 2 bots, Pog. Yeah. Is it still the same system, guys, where like it updates on Tuesday, or is it instant when you get the... I don't know if they've changed that at all. Get the RP instantly, or if it's still just like Tuesday reset, Ghost Honor, all that. Updates on Tuesday. Here's another secret menu hack you should try. You can get chopped chilies on the burger. And they chop up those yellow chilies that are hella spicy. Ooh, that does sound good, bro. That sounds really good. I might try that. There's no way that's my first time in chat. It's just been forever. Maybe since you changed your name. Maybe you changed your name?
What brings you here?
Night Slayer has a bunch of layers.
Be careful.
Claystone short sword, 10.5.
We shall meet again. Go in peace.
Alright, Sunrock Retreat, Cenarius Legacy, Boulder Slide Ravine at 24 though. Gaia Seeds, Sheer Crag, Harpy's Threaten. Man, we can already do that. Yeah. Distract is at 22. You have it probably just not bound. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah. Thank you, dude. So I can use this outside of stealth, right? Just anytime. 30 energy. Yeah. Hell yeah. I need to put it on something juicy, though. I need to, like, find good keybinds for everything. Maybe this. House 3.
Hello. I am listening.
Darth Quader, thank you, man, for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate it so much. Welcome back. Thanks, dude. Thank you so much. The love is so good. The support, amazing. I'm having a great time today. This is so fun. Chilling out on a Sunday, drinking my protein shake, playing some WoW. Leveling in Stone Talon. Another one. Bird of Prey 77. 26 months, over 2 years of support coming out from my man Bird of Prey 77. That is another hardcore OG right there. I remember you from Gray's chat. Good to see you, dog. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Our winds be at your back. Ah, I've been expecting you.
Let's go do Boulder Slide Ravine real quick. Argos, are you still doing the coffee thing? I am. Yeah, sideoutcoffee.com if you want to check it out, guys. I have a coffee roastery. It's kind of like pickleball inspired. We're also on Amazon. If you guys have Amazon Prime accounts, you can order. You can try my coffee. It'll probably be there tomorrow morning if you want. I have it in all the FBA warehouses. So we got Prime shipping. We got K-cups, instant coffee, like craft packets of espresso, whole beans, ground beans. You can just go to Amazon and type in Side Out Coffee. You'll see it pop up. Need reviews really bad. If anybody wants to review, it'd be. But yeah, it's good stuff. Specialty grade. Boon Firebeam, good to see you though, Rogue. First time in the chat. Welcome, welcome. How's that going? It's good. It's good. I enjoy working in the coffee industry. It's really fun. It's very satisfying. I don't mind it. Like just making lattes for people, cappuccinos, putting a smile on people's face. People get excited. You know, just learning how to make all the drinks. So I have a mobile cafe as well. So I do a lot of catering, and I pop up at like farmers markets and stuff like that too. So yeah. Just ordered the dark roast from Amazon again. I'll leave a review. Oh, appreciate that, Tired. Thank you so much. That would be great. Great. You like the first one, Tired? It was good. Just a simple coffee peddler. That's right. I do have one WoW inspired roast for OnlyFans. I just took one of our lighter roasts and I just reskinned it. It's the cactus apple surprise. I don't have that one on Amazon though. It's just via the site. But that's been a fun part of the coffee business too. Like, I don't know, just being able to do what I want with it, even though it's a pickleball inspired thing. You know, I love WoW, I love vanilla. Being able to do some like WoW inspired roast is cool. I had Dennis, the dude who made a lot of the hardcore assets, design like a Barons inspired box of coffee. So I just told him, like, try to include everything from the Barons that people love. All the little things like Mancrick's wife to Camp T to whatever. So we made this huge like illustration of the Barons. And my plan is I was going to make like a Barons themed roast around it, but I never ended up doing it. First one is really good. I do prefer light roast, but the dark roast you have has sweeter tones. What's a good roast for cold brew? To be honest with you, I haven't experimented with it much. I mean, cold brew is just, it's been good no matter what. I make a ton of cold brew. It's really popular in the summer. I just fill this big tub that has like this filter basket in it, and you let it sit for different amounts of time based on the strength you want it with the concentrate. But I usually just use a medium roast and it works good. Still rolling with a small amount of people on DD Horde side. Oh, cool, man. DD still kicking, huh? Deviate the light. I'm down to run some stuff with you guys. I want to play my Hunter again. My Hunter is all set up over there. Where are you playing, Chadley? What is Frontier 2? Frontier 2 is a is based off Frontier, the original guild that Ompi cleared Next Realms with. Right? That was let me get my ducks in a row here. That was on the official hardcore servers that Blizzard released. That was the world first guild. That was the guild that completed all the content. Ompi at the reins. Big success story. So it's since like fizzled, and now he's starting another one, Frontier 2. And the goal is to go run it back, but on Alliance and with no world buffs. And that's literally all I've heard about it so far. I don't know if he has any more like restrictions or anything, but that's my understanding of it. So he invited me to play with them, and probably gonna do it. Bro, you look so different. Yeah. Older now, dude. Older. When does TBC release? People are speculating that it's going to be Q4 of this year. Q4, which sounds like far out, but you know, we're already in month 6 of the year, guys. We're already month 6 of the year, and let's say it would come out in November or something like that. You know, you're probably going to have like pre-patch in October. The announcement, you know, September or something like that, right? So it'll be here before we know it. I just built a new computer, so I'm enjoying a variety of games. Just blasted through some Oblivion remastered, Cyberpunk. Cool, man. Are you gonna play any MOP? Maybe. Never say never. I mean, to be honest with you, like I don't have any interest, but you know, maybe if like Grays was down or something, and some of the homies want to play it, and they think it'd be funny, or we want to do like some like just do something weird, like just try leveling through MOP, see how it is. Never say never. Oh shit! 2 days close together. This feels real. Maybe you have actually returned. That's the plan, dude. I'm really not trying to like lead you astray, guys. Like I'm going through a hard time right now, right? So this is pretty clutch right now. Like something that sounds very appealing. You know, take my mind off things, and I think I can do like 4 hours per day, especially during the weekdays. So Cloudy Keebly, if y'all want to prepare for a character for MOP, is it better to level in Kata or level, or do the raids in Sod? Like, which is more alive at the moment? How does Sod relate to MOP? Are they letting the Sod characters go into MOP or something? What's up, Cloudy Keebly? Sorry, I'm sure somebody in the chat can help you. First time here, welcome. I just don't know much about it. Don't know much about it. When I got a divorce, I just drank. It just helped. Yeah. No, it is crazy, right? Like, why is alcohol like so amazing? It definitely does like help take the edge off for sure. Sod has nothing to do with MOP besides giving a level 85 boost if you complete the last raid. Oh, cool. So no, it does have something. So they give it to you like it's a. That's crazy. They give you a free boost in MOP if you complete the last raid of Sod. That's cool, man. That's kind of a cool little touch. Sod characters stay on Sod, but they get 85 boost. Yeah, gotcha. Yo, thoughts on the Scarlet Enclave, though, guys? Be completely honest with me. This is a safe place for us vanilla WoW enjoyers. Like, if it's dope, tell me it's dope. Tell me the God's honest truth. I'm not exactly rooting for it, but like, if it was great, let me know. If it was trash, let me know. Didn't touch it. I saw the trailer. The trailer looked pretty bad. But what's the real? What's the real? And play Sod. Got like Wrath raid design. Overrated IMO, not necessarily bad, but I think I was expecting more. Didn't play. Gotcha. Quit in phase 2 and never play again. So phase 1 of SOD was the best? Because everyone was loving it, right? That was the one. It was just BFD was the main raid, right? And when I look back on it, people like really think of that like positively. Like, they thought that was awesome. Best due to hype. Phase 1 was some of the most fun I've had in WoW in a long time. How was that that Ajara open world battleground thing? Because I really didn't play any SOD either, you know? Like, I heard that they were going to do mounts for it, and it was going to be, like, the new, like, winter grasp type of thing, and it was going to have its own currency. Like, did that fall flat, or was it pretty good, too? Miss phase 1 for referral. Yo, thanks for the follows, guys. Follow hype, follow hype. Flat, it was kind of sloppy. The players ruined it by min-maxing. Damn players. Yo, if there was arena in vanilla, guys, if there was arena in vanilla, okay, bear with me. Bear with me. You can queue from the officer quarter in Stormwind. You can queue from the little like arena thing in the back by like the Valley of Strength in Orgrimmar. What would it be like? Think about this. Let me actually try to think about this. No Resil. Vanilla WoW gear and tankiness. Like you kind of get a sense of it from just doing like BGs and stuff. But like I know it would be unbalanced, but let's think about this for a second. Yo, Crix vibes, dude. Thank you very much with the tier 1. The tier 1s mean the absolute world, brother Crix, brother Crixus, one of my day 1 supporters. Thank you so much, dude. I hope you're doing well. From one creator to another, that means the world, bro. I got you back with that tier 1. Just see you live. Thanks, man. Are you back playing WoW, by the way, Crix? Or I know you moved on to Ashes. Are you back, or are you doing both? No PvP, just farming. How old are you, Cargos, if it's all right to ask? My early 30s, let me put it that way. I just got a baby face. Vanilla isn't designed for arena, though. Yo, Water Bottle TV with another one,
live.
dude. Hey, yo, it is. It's true. No, it's true, man. So what are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean, dude? You think I'm in my late 30s? I'm not. Water Bottle TV. Thank you very much for the prime. 7 months, 1 month of support. I appreciate it very much, man. What a pleasant surprise. Miss seeing you live. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So much love today. Yeah, both gonna do Frontier 2, TBC, and a tiny bit of MOP since I've never played it. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, what was I gonna say about the arena? I want to see it. I don't think you would be that bad. Like, what if you were... I'm trying to think if you should be allowed to use consumes or not. It might get real degenerate real quick if you can use consumes. Like maybe just potion or something, right? Like they should have a little bit allowed because it's vanilla after all. So the game is balanced around consumes in part. But maybe just like, you know, not completely like degenerate behavior like flasks. And I think like you'd be able to use grenade, potion, rogue, no thistle tea, probably question mark because rogue's OP. In vanilla, like nothing is like DR'd, like you can just like double blind people and like, there's a chance it wouldn't be that bad though. Honestly, double DPS would probably be pretty decent, because no resil and stuff. It'd be fun. But you know, you could try it. You could put it in for a second just as a skirmish mode to see how people like it. But that'd be a way of you know, adding something to vanilla in like a way that's not. Yeah. I mean, you could argue that it would take away from world PvP and people wouldn't want to like do world PvP anymore, but people aren't really doing that anyway. Like, at 60, you're not just roaming looking for people to fight, really. Like, you know, if you actually are concerned about honor per hour or something, you're just queuing BGs. I feel Rogue Mage would be pretty crazy. Justing 31 on Wednesday. Also top, grats, brother. 1 year closer to the shuffling off the mortal coil. Yay. Remember those epic world PvP events on DD? I do, man. Those were sick. Those were sick. The best one was Guns of Northwatch, though, right? That was incredible. That worked out better than anyone thought. Joined IWC for WPVP Horde. We run this shit. Yeah. All right, I joined. Yeah, that one was insane. Good to see you back in the midst of things, brother. Started playing HC 2020 because of you and Grays, and I cannot play any other iteration of the game now. True vanilla experience. Truly is a masterpiece. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Like, I'm so glad that hardcore is an established thing now. You know, like, you know, if I asked you guys in the chat, like, if you had to play one version of WoW, and you know, you don't really feel like raiding, you don't have the time for it, but you just want to play one version, like, for many of you, it's going to be hardcore, right? Like, it's something that it feels like you can do it solo, and it's still worth your time, as opposed to, you know, joining some server and community and trying hard, raiding everything. And I feel like that's such a valuable piece of the ecosystem.
May the eternal sun shine upon.
But yeah, there's a hardcore documentary that's being produced right now. I've been talking about it a bit on stream. Winky is the mastermind behind it, and I have high hopes for it based on everything he told me. Like, he really is doing it, guys. It's making it. I'm incredibly excited about it. He has the best quality equipment. He invested in everything top of the line. He's actually flying people out, doing the interviews with nice lighting and backdrops and everything like that. He has it all storyboarded out in terms of audio and visual. So it's like two different timelines. What's going to be what you're hearing and what you're seeing. If that makes sense. And I'm so stoked for the story to be told. And he's using all the official like hardcore like assets and art assets and stuff that we made. You know, like this is the official story of hardcore coming out. Like all the good guys, the good characters, the bad characters, the milestones. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I honestly could see it being so fun to watch and so successful that it just sparks a whole new wave of people interested in hardcore. Who's a bad character? There's a lot of rats, guys. There's a lot of rats. Are you going to add the Alex Central video to it about RXP? I don't know, to be honest, Goonfire. If you want my honest take on it, though, I do think it should be in there, yeah. I do. I think it should be in there. You know, I'm no saint. Like, I handle a lot of situations poorly. But at the same time, I really didn't scam anybody or do anything bad, I don't think. Like, with RXP and all that, like, you guys know that. RXP is just, like, a known thing. Like, people like it. Like, it's a good thing. Like, we did a good thing with ours. It was not a bad thing. Predatory thing. We kept a lot of content creators afloat. We built something that's really fucking over-engineered and cool. And honestly, like, that was a painful but interesting part of hardcore nonetheless. You know? Because, yeah, it was like the ultimate, like, bad guy collab. Alex plus all the griefers and that whole community coming together was like, oh shit, dude, this is like... This is rough. This is going to be tough to deal with, and it was really tough to deal with. You know, that was a thing for me, dude. Like that having to navigate that, and you know, a lot of the flack and criticism that I faced as a result of those videos and all that type of stuff. Like, it kind of I like just went, you know, into the shadows, really. I just went into the shadows, went stealth, pop smoke, vanish. I don't think that was the right play in hindsight. You know, like I stood the most to gain with hardcore. Like I don't think you guys understand. Maybe some of you guys do, but like, you know, I was under NDA with Blizzard. It was pretty much like the main point man with like, you know, talking about hardcore, the, you know, the change list needed for like counter griefing and all types of stuff, right? Like HCAS events, all that. I stood to gain the most, but I ended up gaining almost nothing from any of it because I just pop smoked and vanished. I mean, I still got the walk off in the sunset to an extent because, you know, I sold, you know, my equity stake in RXP and I was away with a nice little chunk of change. But like, no, to answer your question, I do think it should be in there. It was probably, you know, that all happened. I don't want to like cover up anything of history. Like it's just this stuff shook out how it shook out, right? And I want that documentary to have like a lot of like ups and downs, like to be truly like an interesting story. I think it can be. He chose family at the end of the time. Yeah, to a certain extent, I did. Yeah, I want to believe that is true too. You just never know what people are capable of, what kind of weirdos are out there, and you just, you know, the second it starts bleeding over to real life, like, you know, there is a line of reasoning that's just like, nah, just gotta pull. But I have learned that for whatever it's worth. Like maybe this helps one of you in some way. If anyone tries to call you out in life, you know, you do have two options. One, you can try to like, you know, just not add fuel to the fire, walk away, try to take the high road and away. Or two, you try to confront the dragon and slay the dragon. You address everything, not like in an unhinged, degenerate way, but you just address everything head on. You put your 2 cents out there. You face the music. You go through it. You go through some additional pain, but it ends up working out better. So that was one of the lessons learned for me. That's the way I would have done it if I had to do it all over again, right? It's just the combo of things, right? Because like that video came out, and then I was having issues with, just being completely honest, like Calamity, HC Elite, that whole thing. People are messaging me saying like, oh, you know, we have the receipts of this, we have the receipts of that. I don't even know what the fucking receipts are for. I don't even know what they're talking about. I just don't know who to trust. I was feeling like pushed up against the corner, like, and to be honest, just like not even playing much or playing hardcore. Like I was just full on like griefer mode, trying to like deal with a bunch of different things, and it was just easier to walk away. But yeah, that answers your question. Got the RXP back though? Yeah, true. True. Icy Fresh should be in the video? Yeah, dude. That's another weird one though, man. Like, it's not. Icy Fresh was my homie, dude. Like, he was actually a good buddy of mine. We talked a lot on Discord. We talked a lot, you know? I had random people you would never expect betray me. Random people, dude. I swear, dude.
That whole situation was so unjust and pissed, man. I was ready to roll heads on your behalf. Never been so pissed on behalf of someone I don't even know personally.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's this one dude, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna call it as I see it now that all the dust has settled. But that one dude, Farkface or whatever, another dude that I raided with, I played with him a lot. Late night Discord conversations. We're talking about life, business, everything. Got to know him. Nice guy. Like everything was good. Met him through Crix. Played with him on private servers. He was a big Paladin aficionado. Did content with him. There's literally no bad blood. Then out of nowhere, dude, like comes out with these allegations saying that I stole $5,000. That I literally like hijacked his PvP tournament. That was literally the PvP tournament that I came up with for RXP. That was my tournament, and I involved him as a caster in it because I like him and I needed casters, and he was pretty well connected with the PvPers. And they just fucking reverse Uno carded me, dude, for no reason. You know what I mean? I dealt with a lot of rats, bro. A lot of people that fucking betrayed me for no reason. But it is what it is, man. Lessons learned. You never know, bro. You never know what's gonna happen. People are going to say or do. Yo, Duke of Earls, thank you for the Prime Brothers 6 months of support. That whole situation was so unjust and pissed, man. I was ready to roll heads on your behalf. Never been so pissed on behalf of someone I don't even know personally. Yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate that a lot. You know what I'm happy with though is the truth. Kind of, it sometimes it takes a little while, but this is just my anecdotal experience. But like after a while, you know, the initial drama waves settle, the dust settles, people think clearly, they hear things, right? And over time, I want to believe that the dust settled. That pretty much the perception of that whole video and that whole thing, even though it has like 200,000 views, is that it was just a giant nothing burger. That's at least that's the most smallest way to summarize it in my opinion. That's what I want to believe. Like just the general public, like once they just like go through it, they watch it, they're like, this is kind of like nothing.
F them haters.
Yo, what up, Classic Dill, brother? Thank you very much for that tier 1. I appreciate it, man. F them haters indeed. Yeah, I mean, I handled it honestly in the worst way ever. Just to be completely frank, I did handle it in the worst way. Just popping smoke and dipping out is like, for most people see that as incriminating, right? That's just how the human mind works. Some people will be like, nah, you're just dealing with these trolls and stuff, but it was a terrible move. It was a terrible move. Like I said, I just like got the bag and walked off into the sunset. Yeah. Never be silent. Yeah. But it is what it is, exactly. We're back here now, and honestly, it's not so bad, man. Got 378 human beings on Twitch watching for some unknown reason. You'll love to see that. That's so cool. Now, let me see YouTube. YouTube maintaining a solid 100 too. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I'm way too low level to be doing Charred Veil. I don't know what I'm doing. Way too low level. When watching that video from Alex, I kept asking myself, what is he trying to prove? Yeah, just some people equate making money with being inherently evil and bad, where other people, this is the juxtaposition, right? Some people believe making money is fundamentally bad, and you fundamentally have like a mean-spirited intent, like an exploitative intent if you seek to make money. The other opposite end of that is actually how I feel, where stuff doesn't feel real and worthwhile and valuable unless it's making money. Does that make sense? Like, it goes from a hobby or something that's just like role play into something that's actually real and valuable and people enjoy and love. If somehow it's to the point where you're either selling a good or a service or whatever. And I actually understand both perspectives, right? I understand both perspectives. You sunk so much time and effort into HC being born that you definitely deserve to earn some of the compensation. Yeah, no, I mean it's all good. Like I'm at the same time, like I can't be too butthurt about it, because you have to understand, pretty much the most insane, amazing thing happened that I never thought was even possible, was that real hardcore servers became a thing. So no matter what, like, it's already like an insanely, like, best case scenario, amazing thing. It actually became real, and that's still unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's bad because selling a WoW add-on is against the TOS on Blizzard, but since you were in bed with them, you got to pass. That's why people scratch their heads. The thing is, bro, we weren't really in bed with them in the way that you think, man. Like, it was just organic. Like, there's no agreements or anything in place, and like, ultimately, I feel that like it's just Blizzard. If they think something is good for their community and their game and their pocketbooks and all that, then they're gonna let it be. And if they think something is bad, whether it's within or out, whether it's inside or outside the TOS, they can kind of just do what they want, right? Like, they own the game, they own the intellectual property, and they're just able to, like, just make that decision based on a case-by-case basis. And what I want to believe is that they ultimately just like looked at the totality of everything going on and were like, yeah, this is a little, gray area, but I think like what they're doing overall is good for the community in the game. People seem to be enjoying this, like, this thing that they're doing. They're, sponsoring a lot of like community tournaments and, but I hear you though. Like, 24, Human Priest. This might be a rat move. We're fighting them all. Where's the screen? Where's my what if? Oh shit, I don't have what if on my bars. No one saw that. I shouldn't have even used it then. Oh god. Exposed, not having what if on my bar. Yeah, we can get the re though. Bobke's gonna give me so much shit later. What do we do? How do we fight as a combat rogue right now? Like, no cheap shot. I don't think I can even do anything in stealth. My stealth level is like trash. This guy can just turn and just dot me. But I'm kind of twinked out of my gourd though at the same time, so. I distract. What happened? He turned around for a second. Does he turn? Oh, he does! Oh, dude, Rogue's OP. He knows I'm in hot pursuit. He should just dot me, though, right? He wins these, right? 24 Priest versus Rogue from range, no stealth open or anything like that. There's me. You should just dot me right now. You should just turn and dot me. You should just turn and dot me, right? Okay, I just vanished nothing. I was going to vanish that cast, but... I do have Thistle Tea, though. Thistle Tea's kind of OP. And I have boots, so I should catch him. Here's that. Okay. Here we go. I don't have any. What if it's such a short cooldown, man? 2 minutes? That's crazy. It's almost up again. Alright, this is just getting cringe, though. I'm just chasing him too far. Never mind. Alright, anyway. Yeah. You want crippling? Yeah, I don't think I have that yet. I think I just have instant. I don't know when I get it. Anyway. Yo, I'm a new player. I did a little bit during MOP and WOD, but since then I haven't touched the game. Which version of the game would you recommend playing? So you started playing during MOP and WOD? I mean, that guy should just play MOP Classic. That's probably the best thing ever for you. Imagine you started playing WoW and MOP. And now you have a chance to hit MOP Classic fresh. You're like you're the perfect dream candidate for MOP Classic. Yeah, dude. 100% you should play MOP. I don't even know how you play MOP though. Like, I guess you have to just go to Kata right now and level a guy up. That's what I would do if I were you. Yeah, that's dope though. I'm happy for you. Alex would have died there. Oh my. I maybe hit Kata a bit. Yeah. The Fifth Horseman. Is this classic or anniversary? Yeah, this is anniversary. We're on Night Slayer. So Cargo, see you're back streaming again. What are you selling? More guides? No, not this time. No, I'm actually selling coffee this time. If you'd like to support my latest scam, you can buy my coffee. Try it out. Side Out Coffee on Amazon. Amazon Prime. Free shipping. Free Prime shipping. Right from the FBA warehouse. Recent one. How is pickleball and coffee? Oh yeah, good man. Good, yeah. Still doing it. Side Out Coffee. I have a pickleball paddle company as well now too, called Olympus Pickleball. If any of you guys are in the market for a pickleball paddle, play pickleball, you want to get into pickleball, you can go to olympus-pickleball.com. Sell USA Pickleball approved tournament grade paddles, good price, $70 brand new. E700 carbon, 16 millimeter extended handle, polypropylene core. Plays really similar to Yola's, Protons, Selkirks, all that stuff, but at a fraction of the price. And I actively play 5-0 tournaments with it myself and all that. What's the coffee called? It's called Side Out Coffee. SIDEOUT. Type it in the Twitch chat. Go to Amazon and just type it in. You'll see it. Prime shipping. Is it good for hitting tennis balls, my dog? No, it'll break the paddle if you hit tennis balls with a pickleball paddle. But yeah, pickleball, super fun. That's my whole life outside of this. If you want to follow me in like real life too, I have an Instagram page. I don't know if any of you guys use Instagram, but I'll link it as well. Since we're all about the shameless plugs right now. There it is. $400 people on Twitch? My God, is this real life? I'm dreaming, right? I'm dreaming, dude. I'm a washed-up relic of the classic community. Why are there 400 people in here? What is going on? Maybe I'm getting lucky with timing. Maybe nobody's... Is it... You guys tell me. Is it because nobody's streaming vanilla? Probably. That's my guess. I feel like everyone's is playing Mop and, like... What else are they streaming? Kata? Like... Kata? Question mark? Sod? Are they streaming some... Yeah? Am I, like, the only classic Andy left? Showbeck's offline. Now that they're spamming Mop arenas. The Instagram link isn't working? Really? That should work, dude. I'm looking at the URL carefully. Oh, you know what I just remembered? We're right by Merkfallon Lake. From HCAS Circuit 1, I remember there's like a rare. That's up here. Drops cloak with 5 agility on it. It's really good. I'm gonna see if he's up. Sundays are also a lot of off days for a lot of classic streamers. Makes sense, makes sense. It's a Sabbath day. A lot of people at DreamCon are playing Mop or Kata. What server, brother? We are on Night Slayer. Classic WoW Anniversary. Yo, are people still playing Era, by the way? Like, if you had to break down the classic community right now, classic community. So does this include Kata? Yes, it does. Okay. So, okay, break it down for me, guys. What's your best guess right now? There's a pie chart of all the classic WoW players. What percentage are playing Kata? What percentage are playing... That is primarily as their main game. Sod, Era, Anniversary. Anybody have any stabs in the dark? Stab in the dark. Moving to New York City next year. Any advice? Only planning on staying 1 to 2 years. Oh yeah, dude. Where do you know where you're moving yet or not yet? Or do you need advice on where to move? Hell yeah, best city on the planet. Anniversary 100%. 80% anniversary. 90% anniversary hardcore. Really? So anniversary is more than Kata. Like we've done it. Like basically retail classic, or I don't know how you call it. Like it actually is like dead. I thought Kata would be like the silent majority was my guess, because that's kind of how it's always been. If you go by logs, Ironforge.pro. Oh wow, that makes me happy, dude. So anniversary is a big hit. If you go by logs, Kata has more players. That's what I would have guessed. Yeah. At the same time, though, Mop Classic is going to be more successful than Kata Classic, right? Like I feel like there are way more people that love Mop than this is probably like the low point for it. I would imagine it's going to pick back up. Rating gets too difficult for dads, and there's a lot of gatekeeping and FOMO. I mean, it's a lot harder leveling in Classic. A lot more time intensive and grindy. Chat, what class for hardcore WoW if I've only played 30 hours when WoW came out? Mage. Mage has always been my default answer over the years for the easiest class and the most fun class and the best class. You don't have like a ton of experience, and it's like intuitive, it's powerful, everybody loves mages. You can never get enough mages, right? Even more so than any other class. I swear there's never enough mages. Like, you've never seen a mage join a group or anything and been like, oh, it's a mage. It's always, oh, a mage. Doesn't matter how many there are. It's always good. You could have 3 mages already. Oh, another mage. Sick. Spell cleave. Go, Cleve. Let's cleave it up, boys. Yeah, mage hero class. Agreed. Reese is the easiest HC class. You think so? Uh-oh. 26 warrior. And he's twinked out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna have this ulti in a second. Oh, I disarmed him. I'm at this ulti. We're pumping. We're pumping. I can disarm him again. Another riposte. Into the bleed. We're gonna bleed him. We're gonna bleed him. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know what Boca would approve. I still have potion as well. Oh, retail. No, don't. I don't want none of that. I want none of that. He has no intercept, right? He has no intercept. I can actually get the re here. And get the re. I should sap him, huh? You gonna try to shout me out? I suck as a rogue player, bro. What am I supposed to do right now? He can just run away from me, though, at this point. Throw something so he can't charge. And whittle him down with throw weapons. If I had move speed boots... He's like... regenerating more than I'm damaging him, though. 68, maybe not. 5-minute sprint. My god, dude. Why is it so hard to catch people? He can charge me. He dropped combat. He should charge me. This is retail. Okay, I'm just gonna force the issue. I'm just gonna run into him. You let him get the charge, it's fine. Oh, Sorrowing, that's the rare. I have 1 combo point on him. I have 1 combo point. I am catching him. I don't think he has move speed on boots. I don't think he has it. So there's the charge. Okay, fuck it. We do this. We sleeping Dustin. Getting healed from something. Go stealth. Hamstring. I can't catch him though. He's always gonna do that to me. I have no slow because I don't have crippling. That's so annoying. I'll never catch him, right? To the point that it's not even any point to chase him, I don't think. Need crippling, man, ASAP. Need to go make some cripplings. Just charge me, dude. Do it for the content, buddy. Oh. Daze him. Daze him. Please daze him. Please daze him, Mr. Nice hamstring. Ah, whatever, dude. I'm gonna get crippling. No crippling is GG. Never stop chasing him. Let's see how long this goes. Holy shit, he's live and looks 10 times different. Kill the rare mob. Yeah, true. That's the real victory. Kill the rare mob. Dude. Yeah, yo, feel free to, like, backseat game me, too. Like, I don't really play Rogue. Like, I mean, I've played a lot with Rogue, right? Like, when I did the Glide Push, my partner was Rogue, so I, like, learned everything. Like, I don't play it myself. I don't know all the tricks. Like, I could have been distracting him there on cooldown, right? Like, I just wasn't doing it. 27. I don't know if he's an elite. Oh, I think he is an elite. 2,400 health? Let's try. We'll go, like... We have 3-point... not sweeping strikes. What is it called? Slice and bites, right? Yeah, he is murdering me. Yeah, this is not going good, actually. Yeah, we gotta vanish. Oi! Yeah, that was not going well. We have to, like, throne kite him or something. But... Do you want to raid in TBC? Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd like to. Everything TBC just sounds so fun right now. Everything sounds so fun. Let me see. Winky's got to be getting close. He's on his way to my house. We're going to shoot this documentary in a second. I might actually just wrap it up there, guys, for now. We've been streaming about 4 hours. 424. I'm going to screenshot this, honestly. Like, this might be my peak. 429. That might be it for me. I don't know if we'll ever get higher than that. That's so cool. That is so freaking cool, man. I can't thank you guys enough spending your Sunday with me. So dope, man. I'll be doing this, man. If you want to come back and chill, like I'm gonna be streaming 4 hours a day or so. This week, come check in. My normal stream time is gonna be around like 10 a.m. I usually do a class at the gym at like 9, and I'll be live like maybe like 10:15. Stream for like 4 hours or so. 4:30. So freaking cool, man. All the subs, the follows, man. I freaking love you guys, dude. You know, yeah, I'll be chilling with you guys this week. Maybe another stream tonight. Who knows? You never know. But thanks again. If you're not following, double check, make sure you're following. Yeah, see you guys soon. Let me see who's live. Anyone? I'm gonna go shoot this hardcore WoW documentary with my boy Winky. Bean, Mop Beta Classic, Jordy, Hydra Mist, Alondo, Mop and BWL. Man, you're right, yo. Nobody's streaming vanilla, dude. No vanilla, man. No vanilla up in here. You guys sure it's 90% playing Anniversary? Sure about that? Oh, Pop's Barn Grill. Pop's Barn Grill. Everybody loves that guy, right? Nice. Perfect. He'll take good care of you guys. Yo, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out again. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon, okay? Take it easy.